what Candy's doing.
What are you doing there, Candy?
Just always be aware of the wires that are nearby. Just make sure you don't fucking rip one of them.
We're not ripping anything. Look at these muscles.
Money right here. Money.
Told some people at work
How much
about
money you
this.
got in here?
You should put the
Somewhere
wallet
go
like
up.
right in the middle. You're like, what the fuck's going on?
Don't use.
Hey, no, and then leave your business card like out there too. You know what I mean?
Wow, you're loaded.
You fucked her.
Jeffrey is
What is it? You mean blue?
blue. Sorry, blue. Blue.
And make sure whenever you talk in the mic, I know you're doing something. I know
Mickey.
you're not trying to, but just make sure you're always kind of putting your lips almost lick the microphone.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Phone is a big cock.
CJ, you gonna introduce the Mickey over
No,
there?
no.
Absolutely.
Don't do that.
We are talking about the baptism too. That I baptized Jeff.
Absolutely. It's like one of the first things we're going to be talking about.
I thought Jeff was Jewish, so I don't know how he's getting baptized.
Jews
You
can
can-
get baptized.
All right.
Really?
I'm turning the mics off for now. Mics are going to be off until we go live. I'll let you know when we go live.
Well, we got 150.
Found love and charity. I found something that works for me well. You should laugh, you should cry, you could close your eyes and go to sleep and have a dream when you
All right, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. And we're back, people. We're fucking back. This is podcast number 10. Number 10. And of course, as always, to the left of me is Blue. How's it going, Blue?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. And the person next to Blue, to the left, is a guest of the show. His name is Mickey. Why don't you introduce yourself and talk about yourself a little bit, Mickey? And what are you all about? And what the fuck are you going to say?
Well, I'm pretty much about the ladies and occasionally the men.
All right. On that note,
Why is this guy sitting next to me then?
Thanks for not introducing me first. I mean, he's the guest, and I get introduced last.
Well, I'm more important than you. Sorry.
Okay, tell that to the men.
Oh, you know all about that.
And of course, to the right of me is Candy. How's it going, Candy?
Candy's doing good, except for not being introduced before the guest Mickey over there.
Well, he's the guest. If anything, I guess I should have introduced him first.
Well, that's
Well, you should have, but you introduced Blue first, but you didn't introduce me, and then you went to him before me. I don't get that.
On that note, guys, I am CJ, the host. This
Hey,
is Going
wipe your
Dutch Radio
pussy,
Network.
all right?
This is Going Dutch Radio Network. You can watch us live every single Saturday night at 9 p.m. 8 p.m. now. 8 p.m. We used to do 9 p.m., people, but not anymore. We're not doing that shit. We're civilized. We're doing 8 p.m. Central every single Saturday night. And, of course, GoingDutchRadioNetwork.com. And please chat with us and comment with us on Facebook and Periscope.com. And watch us on YouTube as well. So, and you guys got anything before we start our topics for the night?
I don't really have anything. How about you, Mickey?
Oh, geez. I mean, no.
Okay.
I got nothing. It would take too long. We don't want to get in that. We got stuff to do. We got
We have
Topics
here.
here.
We have 3 topics.
we have
We're going to
topics.
follow your lead, CJ. You're the leader here. Come on, let's do this.
Well, guys, on that note, we are going to talk about first millennials. Everybody likes to talk about millennials. I am a millennial. I think everybody here is technically a millennial, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
No.
he's
No,
old.
I'm old.
Yeah,
Mickey's old.
He's
Oh,
a millennial.
Your Generation
Generation
X. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you wait till you hear these conversation topics I'm coming up with.
Oh, I'm pretty fucking excited.
I'm a millennial. Candy's a millennial. Blue is a millennial.
Sure am.
Yes.
Unfortunately, with all those liberal fuckheads I got to associate with.
Well, first off,
You don't
same
have to
generation
associate
with
with
them.
anybody if you don't want to.
Well, no,
Blue.
I'm just saying I'm lumped in with them so people think that I act like them.
Hold
and
on, hold on. You're not going to get on your high horse again with this bullshit.
High horse.
Let's
You
not
said
talk
that
about
last
horses
week. What are we
again.
doing? Come on.
Candy, come on, man.
You could ride that nose a little bit.
On that note, guys, once again, we're going to talk about millennials. First things first, what is a millennial technically? If you are born between 1981, that's right, 1981 through 1996, which as of right now is 22 through 37 years old, you are, unfortunately, a millennial.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. That's pretty fucked up. So everyone's millennial here except for our guest, Mickey.
Yeah, but he's part of an older generation. How old are you, Mickey?
I am 41, soon to be 42. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. The millennials, not my cup of tea.
Yeah, but what about the people today besides you who are not millennials, like the teenagers, with the phones who think they know everything? What are they considered? Like the
I don't think they've
there's
come up
not-
with a name for them yet.
Yeah, there's not a name yet.
Yeah, they haven't come up with anything.
Generation fucked.
Whatever think
don't know.
tank is coming up with a name, they're probably talking right now.
No, I just think about it when I was, growing up. I only had like a flip phone, something for emergencies. But now these kids today, they got these computer games, these PlayStations that require damn social security numbers to get into, and then these phones. I just don't understand it. I mean, an F5 tornado could be outside. They'd walk right into it and be like, "Oh man."
Well, they don't go outside, so they would have no idea.
Oh no, some of
This is
them.
true.
But
This
when
is
they
true.
do, they don't pay attention. I mean, come on.
First things first. So, I mean, I'm definitely the youngest out of the group. I'm 26 years old. And in saying that, I'm definitely going to be the most millennial type, or at least the highest one to at least think that, okay, I'm definitely millennial because one thing, I want to do a podcast, right? So no matter what, like I just want to be on the computer. I want a social feed. I want you guys to chat with us, which we do, by the way. Plug. But it's pretty interesting. I don't consider myself technically a true millennial, like everyone, talks them up to be. I feel like I'm pretty normal.
You don't want to be a millennial?
Fuck no.
Why?
It's like the worst fucking... I'd rather say I'm a prostitute than a millennial.
Well,
Really?
you're the only one at the table.
Well,
Well, maybe not.
No, Nick, easy there.
his name's Candy.
So here's the thing. I don't know who Nick is, but here's the thing. why don't you like being a millennial? What's so bad about millennials? Because to me, millennials are people who were outside when they were younger. They're playing capture the flag. They're outside doing stuff. Whereas today, the kids today are inside and they're playing with their toys and their phones, and they don't do anything, but they claim to know everything.
But I mean, okay, so today's standards, the generation that hasn't been named yet is the millennial. Right? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you're fucking 23, 22 years old or younger, those people are considered the millennials. Those are the people that get talked shit about constantly. I mean, that's actually the whole reason why we wanted to talk about it.
But
right?
here's the thing. Is it really their fault, though?
No, of course it's not.
Or is it the parents' fault?
I believe it's the parents. The parents raise the kids to how they're going to be.
Sure. I mean, you got on the news, there's this guy talking about how he limits his kid playing video games. His kid plays like 12 hours a day or something, whatever it was. And I'm just like...
Video games? They've been playing video games forever. I mean, since Mario Brothers
But
came
we
out.
never... No.
It's
Blue, it's a different feeling today than when we were growing up, because we played video games, but it's when it was like snowing outside and there was nothing to do. But when it was nice outside, we were outside doing shit.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything.
No, I totally agree to that. And here's the thing, because social media, instead of, going to meet with friends and doing stupid shit that they're not supposed to be doing, which was what we all did back when we were younger, instead they chat with each other on fucking Snapchat and, all those social media shit, and it's fucking them up. They're just being sheltered,
Yeah.
by
They
their
are.
parents and by life.
It is a different society today, but how hard is it to go outside and play some sports or just do something, other than just be on your phone, go shopping, go do something, go work at a soup kitchen.
The
or
thing
something.
is, you don't have to do those things anymore to adapt. The new
Right.
environment now is all computerized, all technology. So they're probably doing what they need to do in order to evolve into the future workforce.
But I'm not talking about the workforce. I'm talking about in your spare time, when you come home from your job, whatever it is. I mean, do you really want to sit there and play video games, be on the computer, watch TV, or do you want to go do something?
But
I mean, there
Come
ain't
on,
a whole
Mickey.
lot of shit.
Well, no, my opinion about the whole thing is that, parents used to actually kick kids out of the house.
right,
They would kick kids out of the house, go get out of the house. I don't want you around. I don't want to
get
deal
out of
with
here
you.
so I can fuck my wife.
Pretty much something, that sort of stuff. I mean, hell. But get out of the house, play wiffle ball, do God knows what, freeze tag, whatever we used to do back in the day.
Right.
But, the kids nowadays, they just sit around, play their video games and everything, which we had video games back in the day. I mean, I remember playing
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, yes. That's what
When
we
it's-
For
See,
hours.
wait,
You
wait.
played it for hours.
True.
I did play it for
For
hours.
fucking
but,
hours.
But
So
I
how's
always
that
had a
any
rule.
different?
I always had a rule in my household.
I
that you
always
did
get
not-
to play and always have the controller.
Well, no, we literally had to finish. I had to finish homework
Right.
before I could do any of that other stuff. And it seems like
Yeah.
homework's not even a priority for the kids anymore.
No, about that one.
So
Homework's fucking stupid anyway. Do you even need to do homework to function in adult life? Look at what we do for a living. Did homework help you?
That's a pretty interesting topic.
no,
Jack.
but
Stupid.
it's part of goals though.
Here,
but-
fucking figure this problem out.
Hold on.
Here's the difference. Yeah. go ahead.
I'll let you finish, but I want to comment on what Blue was talking about.
So the thing about video games back then versus now, yes, we used to play hours on end, but our parents used to fucking tell us get the fuck outside, whatever, blah blah blah. But back then, it wasn't multiplayer where you got to play online against friends. Now
true.
everybody, you don't play video games unless you're playing, Grand Theft Auto for killing whores and hookers and, trying to score some blow with your other friends online and they're trying to help you. How much fun is that? I mean, think about it. Or you play Madden and you get to play against people all over the world. You get to play against some fucking Chinese kid in fucking China. That's fucking cool.
Okay,
I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here. That's why that shit is happening.
is
and that's
cool,
why it's
but-
more popular.
It is cool, but remember when you could just pop in a video game, you didn't have to worry about, okay, is someone going to hack into my stuff? It's like you need a social security code, you need a password, you
Yeah.
need all this stuff.
Same
I just
thing-
want to pop in a damn video game and play.
But here's the thing. That's the same thing as Pornhub, okay? I don't fucking have VHS and play some old fucking scat videos. No, I go on fucking Pornhub, and yeah, I might get caught, and someone might hack in my shit, but
Caught,
believe
caught
me,
for
I'm-
what? That's all
I
legal.
take, but
He's
I'm willing to take the
masturbating.
risk.
You
Yes.
watch scat videos?
I'm just...
They're gay videos too.
So what did Candy want to talk about with Blue right before...
What I wanted to talk,
Very nice,
about
very
was
nice.
you talked about the homework not helping. Okay, I agree with you. You don't need that much homework, but The thing is today is kids, they go to college because they think they have to,
Right.
instead of knowing what they really want to do. So they go 4 years in some field that they're like, oh, yeah, this is cool. And then they're like, oh, I really don't want to do that. And then they owe like 70 grand. You've been there. You know what it's like.
College is pointless.
I agree.
For
you're
the
not,
most
you're not even
part.
guaranteed a job.
For the most
you're not even
part.
guaranteed a job.
Unless you know exactly what you want to
Unless
do.
you're
Yeah.
going to be a doctor or some that requires to where you absolutely positively need to know the ins and outs of your profession. Most of the professions you don't need to really know a hell of a lot.
A lot of jobs,
It's
though,
on the job training.
I do agree with you that some aspects of it is pointless, but at the same time, it still looks good when you're applying for a job.
Yeah, of
because
course.
they're more likely going to look at someone with a degree.
Which I never understood why.
But what's more?
someone
What do you
that
guys
they're
think,
not.
real quick? I mean,
if you have a
well,
rap sheet, I can.
this
understand
little
not
side to
hiring
like, what's more important now, a degree or good
Comment.
references?
I'll tell you what. So,
seriously.
my point of view on this,
Good references.
Depends
in
on the
terms
record.
of millennials nowadays, current job I'm working, not going to say what it is. The owner of the company is actually looking for people that can actually speak on the telephone to people,
yeah.
and that is a lost art.
Sure it is.
And I
Definitely.
think it's totally because everybody's so wrapped up in their video games nowadays that they can't even handle a simple conversation on the phone.
Right. It's-
They'd rather shooting off an email to a customer or something along those lines.
It's more so than the video games. I agree with you on that, but it has everything to do with the fact on how they're raised and that there's zero intelligence because they're not being forced to learn anything. I mean, look at
Okay.
the kids today.
It's sheltered. The kids are sheltered.
No, it's not just that. Hold on.
There's zero common sense, CJ. Zero.
But okay, think about it this way: the way that schools are teaching kids, whether it's college or whether it's high school, middle school, elementary school, you learn to do certain things. Like you have to learn math. 1 + 1 = 2. 5 + 2 = 7. Whatever. You are learning these certain traits, and then that's just supposed to adapt to the real world. The problem is we're not teaching the youth, or we're not teaching. Well, maybe in college, I mean a little bit better, but I mean just think about high school, middle school. You have to do these tasks, and if you get them done, you win. You pass. Okay, I got an A, but that doesn't translate a lot of times to the real world. We're not doing that correctly. I don't think we're doing that enough.
We're not
Oh,
teaching
fuck
social
no.
skills.
Fuck
We're not
no.
teaching. There's no social skills.
Not even social skills,
No.
but just shit that happens in the real world. I mean, think
Yeah.
about it. I mean, all the bullshit that you learn in school. Why do you have to learn 400 or 1,000 years of history? Which I'm not dogging about history because I love history, but that's not going to translate in the
Not
real
the
world.
history
And,
you learn in high school. It's all fake.
like, why not have a fucking
that's
psychology class in fucking high school and try to learn what the hell's going on and why
we
fucking I
had a
want to fuck
psychology
Susie and
class.
shit. But you
Yeah,
know what I'm
we
saying.
had-
But like more in depth. It's
Casino.
just not enough.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And the reason that this is the problem is because the federal government runs all the fucking schools, and their little think tanks that they have there up in Washington D.C. come up with the criteria of what they want the students to adhere to.
Right. It's not the teachers because the teachers are forced
They
to
got a fucking
to-
book like this big that
they have to stick to a curriculum. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's stupid.
my woman's a fucking teacher, and she bitches and complains all the time about certain things of the job. Some things are good, some things are bad, but she loves her job.
It's all bad.
She does love her job.
She does. We're not gonna say her name.
And we love teachers here, by the way.
Speaking of millennials, and we were just talking about money and going to college, 64% of millennials would rather make $40,000 a year at a job they love than $100,000 a year at a job they think is boring.
Jesus Christ, what a bunch of idiots.
I totally disagree with that. I'm sorry, but come on, people. You wait until you get older, and then you realize I would rather be making that fucking $100,000.
Okay, here's the thing. If you,
No.
okay, like if I was scooping like crap out of like a dumpster for for like $100 grand
You actually do that currently.
every single day, I mean, I'd be like,
Somebody's gotta do
okay, but 40 that doesn't make any sense.
No.
40,000 compared to 100,000.
They said a job that is boring, not shitty or really stressful, and people are always fucking down your neck. Just
well,
it's
maybe
boring.
those
They want that
individuals are boring. Okay, I mean, come on, $100,000.
Let's just say $40,000 a year they love. They're doing what they love to do, or $100,000 a year you just stare at a screen and make sure that like point A is going to point B.
CJ, I guarantee the people who are saying that are the ones who aren't really taking care of themselves all the way. Okay,
I think most of them are the ones that haven't had a real job yet. I
no,
think
it's the
that's
ones who's
problem.
like, oh, mommy, daddy, uncle Tommy. I mean,
Daddy.
You
I
know,
mean, it's,
I,
they have a backup plan. The people who don't have a backup plan, there's no way they would choose 40,000 over 100 grand a year. No
40.
way.
I mean, 40,000 is not that bad. That sounds pretty good to me.
Maybe these kids are honestly smarter than we were.
Here's-
honestly,
Oh,
seriously,
I gotta
think
hear
about
this one.
No, seriously, you think about it. You think about, and I'm not even saying this is 100% divorce rate and stuff like that, but there's a lot of unhappy. You look at our parents. Are our parents ever happy?
Mine were.
Were they really?
Yes.
They were happy.
100
They were happy. They loved getting up every morning for their job.
100%
And
happy.
They were ecstatic about it.
Yes.
Really?
They were great people. They never
Well,
complained.
I'm not saying your parents aren't great people. I'm just saying. I mean, I look at my mom. My mother, single parent, and stuff like that.
But who wants to work? I mean, seriously.
No, but would you rather go to a job? I mean, honestly, people get paid to do what we're doing right here.
True.
Yeah.
So, would you rather do something like this, or would you currently, all of us here, rather go to our real jobs?
Oh, I'd rather do this. Come on,
Thank
that's
you. Of
obvious.
course. But
we are doing this.
Correct. But I mean, hypothetically, would you rather do this for
So now we're
half of what we're currently making at our other jobs? Think about that seriously.
no.
mean,
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. No, because I couldn't afford it. Okay?
That's
I
true,
got
but-
a house payment. Sure, I'd
Wait,
love
well,
to do
so
this.
That
why-
motherfucker's
okay.
got bills to pay.
If I live with my
True.
No, this like when you dwindle all this down, it comes down to what we as Americans are supposed to, like the whole American dream thing. You're supposed to have a fucking house. You're supposed to have 2 cars. You're supposed to have 2.5 kids. The whole picket fence thing.
See, that's bullshit.
That's what this is all about. The money. That's what the money's about. It's about living this fake dream that's
true.
supposed to boost your ego.
Let me tell
I
you.
agree.
Yeah.
Let me
That's
tell you
what the
something.
whole thing's about.
I want to make as much money as I can
Right.
because I want to be comfortable. I don't want to struggle.
You're never comfortable because once you hit that ceiling, you want to make more.
Exactly. That's the
Because
way I've
there's
always
It's
like,
never
well,
enough. It's never enough.
That guy is making more than me. I need to make as
Keeping
much
up
as
with the
him.
Joneses.
Yeah, but if you're able, if you're in a job to
cycle.
where you're good at what you do and you keep getting promoted, why wouldn't you want to make more?
Well, as long as you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of people wind up in jobs that they don't like,
But-
because of the money.
But here's the
True.
thing.
I
Here's-
totally agree with
Here's
that.
the thing, though. If people don't like their jobs, they can go find something else instead of saying, "Oh, just another day in paradise." Oh, yeah, I'm here. Kiss my ass. There's people out there who would love to get out there and work who physically just can't. And I'm going to listen to these fucking people bitch all damn day.
Hell yeah,
I
they need to
think-
bitch more.
I
They
think
need to bitch
They can
more.
bitch to the
Well,
bitch
honestly,
to the
I mean,
mirror.
things are great right now with jobs and stuff like
What are you
that, but
supposed
it's
to do,
not
not
always.
complain?
It
It's
is,
not
yeah.
always cake and everything like that, where
Right.
you can walk around and get any job you want.
Yeah, but I don't.
But here's
want-
the thing.
I don't. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. If you work hard enough, or if you tried hard enough to go after a different job or a better job that pays more money, and you keep on trying, I mean, you really try. Not a couple hours a week. Oh no, I was on Indeed.com and I did try to look at those 2 job postings. That's what most fucking people do, and they're
That's
fucking
true,
pussies.
true.
It is absolutely. And if you actually fucking try and you work your dick off, you will make plenty of money. I want to try to make $100,000 by the time I'm 40. That's the goal. If I don't, then I'm gonna feel like I'm a loser. That's
See, you know what?
Really?
I actually, for the first time in weeks, agree with CJ because if you,
How much beer have you had over there?
I've had 2 beers. I'm feeling good.
but he's only had 2 beers. It doesn't sound like a lot of people, but he hasn't drank in like 6 months. So put that in perspective.
No, but seriously, I agree with you, CJ, because if you have common sense,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't,
Correct.
a lot of people are dumb, and I don't even like saying they're dumb.
He's looking at me while he's saying
they
this.
have. I'm not.
I don't know what that means.
I'm just talking to you because you're on the other side of everything.
Yeah, Kenny.
especially after.
well, somebody has to.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me finish what I was saying. So, CJ,
Yeah.
if you work hard and you have common sense, you'll make it. Period.
No.
Enough said.
No.
No.
Do you know what I mean, bro?
No.
You've probably experienced this at your job. Brown nosers. The previous company I worked for, it literally,
They're everywhere.
There was a saying in the company: "Shit floats," because you can't necessarily fire people.
It's
anymore.
obviously that shit doesn't float.
No,
Mickey.
seriously, shit floats. Honestly, because
We're not in
the
outer
worst
space.
employee, like you would get hired on at a position at my previous company, and if you couldn't handle that position, they would promote you rather than fire you.
Oh yes. Oh,
They
I used to
told-
work for a company that
Oh
did
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
okay.
they'll promote you. They'll keep promoting you until
Mm-hmm.
finally they figure, well, maybe you get to a point in which you're just not.
You're not
able to do the job.
You are doing so bad that now I can let you go,
There's-
and now I don't
there's-
have to pay
And
for
that's
unemployment.
companies
Hey,
nowadays.
quiet. There's still
Easy.
there's still a lot of places out there you can work, and as long as you're loyal, honest, and hardworking, you'll be fine.
Oh, come on.
This
That's
is
some,
not 1970.
No. Here's the thing. It is a dog eat dog
No,
fucking
no,
world,
no,
though.
no.
I mean, I will
Okay,
admit
so
that.
so wait a minute. So you're going to change? I'm not going to change the person that I am, because
You have.
how?
I'm sure you've changed the person you are
Yeah, I bet you
to,
have.
to have a job.
Yes, I bet you're a little more
You
fake than
totally
you used to be
changed,
back when
yeah.
you were
What?
like in your
Because
early 20s.
I act appropriate
We all
with
have
my job.
appropriate, but you changed who you are. You changed your behavior
You
in
ha-
order to in order to
It's a team situation in a lot of jobs, and you have to find your niche in that
You
company.
can't go
Yes.
in there.
Yes.
You can't go into your job and tell dick jokes all day.
Well, yeah,
Okay?
but wouldn't we like to?
You got to be professional.
Hey,
and grown
Susie.
up.
That depends on where you work, honestly. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
some of the women really like
the
that.
place that I worked, I mean, the place where I worked, I got
Can I
promoted.
get hired?
The place I work now, I got promoted 3 times in like a year and a half. But that's
Braggart,
because
braggart
no,
over here.
listen, that's because I worked my fucking dick off. I mean, I would work 60+ hours a week and go out of my way to make sure
Who
that
the
I
fuck
look
wants to
good.
do
True,
that?
but is that everywhere? That's not going to be everywhere.
It's
a lot
not, but-
a lot of companies will take advantage of that.
Correct, but people
Sure they would.
people are too afraid not to try to find another job and then try it there.
True.
People are afraid to try something new.
They're
I
afraid
agree.
they're afraid that they've been with the job for so long that if they quit or look elsewhere, they're gonna fail.
Well, that
Well,
comes
no.
down to companies, though.
No, people-
Companies, honestly, literally grind their employees into thinking
Yeah.
that they can't do any better
Of
than what
course.
they've currently got.
That's why they don't have to
And
pay
they're-
more.
And they're happy
Yeah.
that they've got that employee, and they make you feel so shitty about yourself.
Let me
Right.
tell you something.
That
Nobody
they
makes
want you-
nobody
Yeah.
makes me feel shitty. Okay.
Let me tell you
Nobody
some.
anymore.
Hypothetically speaking, do you think you could do better than what you're currently doing for a job? Seriously.
Yeah, if I found out what I wanted to really do, but I like
We
my
just got
job.
them talking about all the money and everything like that.
Right.
Why would you? Okay, if you're seeking money, why would you not be out looking right now for another job?
Right.
Doing something, bust your ass.
Okay,
You're
an-
intelligent
I'll
enough
answer
to
that.
do it.
I'll answer that because I actually like my job. I
You really
do.
like your
So
job.
then
I
that-
do.
So you're in the part of the millennial group where you would rather be making an X amount of money versus trying to go for something higher.
Well, hold on.
No.
We're not
There's
kissing
no
you.
double standard here.
No. It's not a double standard. It's I like what I do, but if a better option were to come up, then I would look at it. But I really like what I do.
So you wouldn't be proactive in actually looking. Something would have
Yeah.
to smack you in the face.
that's what I was kind of bringing up a little bit earlier. Yeah, I mean it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been with the same job for 14 years, and I got a lot of experience in what I do. And
You feel comfortable.
why?
Yeah, that's what happened to me in my last job. Honestly, I got comfortable. I was there for almost 12 years.
Yeah.
I got comfortable, and then I'm like,
Because-
as soon as
yeah.
I got quote unquote laid off or whatever, and wound up with this new job, I'm like, I got more money. I've got just as good benefits and everything else. I'm like, why didn't I do this 6 years ago?
First of all-
because you don't know what's on the other side.
First of
True,
all-
that's what's nerve
But the
wracking.
problem is we don't look.
Right.
Mickey.
We
I agree.
settle.
Yeah.
Mickey, I'm going to stop you for one
Are we going
minute.
to talk about millennials?
Yeah, hold on.
What the fuck
No,
are we
no,
talking
we
about?
are talking about millennials.
This is millennial. I did look.
By the way,
I
folks,
actually
we're
got
talking about
another
millennials.
We're talking about our jobs right now.
Well, that is spinning off into
but we're all
millennials.
millennials.
Settle.
So
Not all of us.
I actually was at a
he
point to
isn't.
where I didn't think I was going anywhere with my job that I'm in, and then I went and got a new job for like a month. I didn't like the cubicle scene, sitting down 8 hours a day. I'm like, you know what? I really like what I was doing here, and I was patient, and then it worked out for me.
True, but maybe there's other jobs out there that you're not sitting in a cubicle.
here's the thing: there's always going to be something better.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, you just got to be proactive. And yes, if you feel comfortable, then
Drink a lot of water.
But
Then drink a lot of water.
But you can't settle.
Wait.
That's the thing. That's honestly,
Yeah.
that's the point. All
Right.
of us need to realize you can't settle for your job.
right. For instance, the place I'm
Always
at,
be on the lookout.
I'm at the highest point of my position. I can't go any higher in the company because it's a small franchise and small
that's a
company.
time
So
to look.
I'm just gonna sit for a couple years and let that build up on my resume, and then
Yeah,
I'm gonna
totally.
I'm gonna let my wings spread out and fly.
Totally.
Yeah, that
seriously,
sounds
don't
like a
settle.
lot of work. I wouldn't want to have to do all that shit. That's fucking stupid.
On that
man.
note,
Jeff,
we're talking about
likes sleeping
millennials.
On the, he likes sleeping on the job.
Well,
over
no,
here,
well,
Blue.
no.
Blue,
It's
Blue's a big
stupid.
fan of sleeping
It's
here.
stupid. There's all these privileged fucks who end up
There's no
being born
privilege.
in. Oh, I think she has my keys, so I don't have it.
Let me tell you something, okay? The problem is with this country is millennials, whatever you want to call it, is there are a lot of good jobs out there, but the fact is a lot of people can't pass a damn drug test.
You know what?
Yeah.
Since we've had this conversation, I'm starting to like millennials. I thought at the beginning I didn't like them.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, no, but like, I mean, like the whole thing
Yeah.
is they think working sucks, which it does.
Yeah, it
You
does suck.
fucking
No
gotta
one
suck.
loves working.
But everybody wants
You
it
gotta
right
suck
now,
the big
though.
corporate dick to
Blue,
get a
you're
few
sounding
extra
rather
dollars.
liberal over here. You're
Everybody-
I'm
sounding
sorry.
rather liberal.
I'm trying to
And-
be right wing here.
Blue,
but I can't
everybody
do it.
wants it right now. They want the money right now instead of have work hard for it.
You sound like you're brainwashed. You sound like you're brainwashed.
You're brainwashed.
You're fucking buying into this whole American dream thing.
Did you just say?
Maryland-
Wait, hold on. Can you just say brain wash?
I said
Washed.
brainwashed.
Sorry, I say that every single time he brings it up.
You know, Blue, you always go opposite of what I say, and I think you just do it just to piss me off.
No, I'm not because why are you pissed off that I'm?
I heard something
disagreeing
about
with
a
you.
horse face or something. I don't know.
I did too.
Well, we won't go there. Okay.
we'll get there a little bit later, I promise.
Eventually.
Where are we at now with this?
Well, guys, this is Going Dutch Radio Network. Watch us live every single Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central. That's right, folks. 8 p.m. Central, Going Dutch Radio Network. And, of course, our website.
Pissed off.
Our website is goingdutchradionetwork.com. And please subscribe to us and chat with us on Facebook and give us a voice call. You can go on Messenger on Facebook, look up Going Dutch Radio Network, and then hit the call button. And then you can talk to us live, and your face will even be on the show.
This corporate guy next to me. Jesus.
We got to promote the fucking show.
He's all about the 100,000 as opposed to the 40,000.
Yeah, Mr. 100,000 over here.
Sorry.
All I see is lips over there with Mickey.
Oh, hey now. You wish later.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take much to suck his dick.
Hey-o. All right, guys. Once again,
Hey-o.
this is Going Dutch Radio Network. We do have a guest on the show. His name is Mickey. And, wow.
And then
I'm glad we have him on because he's pretty interesting. He has a lot of thoughts. He has a lot to say.
He's really into it.
We tried.
Blue's been kind of quiet so far, but once he gets a few beers in him, he's gonna.
No, I just can't
Go
get into
crazy.
the conversation. They had a thing going, so I couldn't get into it.
Real quick, audience, Going Dutch Radio Network. That's right. We do have our artist in the background. His name is Sean McGovern.
No, it's not
No, it is.
going
And he's going to be playing the music in the background. He is our artist of the year. I always say the month, but he's been on for so many months that
Next
he's
10
officially
years.
the artist of the year.
we should have Sean here performing
He is
live.
a local
Yeah, he needs to be on here.
artist, Sean McGovern. Look him up on iTunes, people. Yeah, he's on iTunes. He's not popular. Anyways, all right, guys.
We
So
love Sean McGovern.
we were just talking about millennials. Let's talk about. We still got 2 topics left. Flat fucking Earth. Yes, flat Earth.
That's going to be interesting.
I
It
can't believe
is.
we're done with the millennials already.
I mean,
There's so much to fucking talk
We can
about.
keep on going with that. I don't
We're-
mind.
we're-
I think,
talking
we
about a whole
blew, I think we
generation.
blew right through that, honestly. I mean,
We
Well, no, we
blew
started
hard.
talking about jobs.
We've been talking about it for a half hour.
No, we
Blow
started
through
talking about
anything.
jobs and shit. I mean, what? Okay, what is it about millennials that piss you off or that you like about them?
I never said that they pissed me
Do you
off.
like them?
they like social skills. They really do. Sorry, guys, nothing against you, but
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying you guys. I mean, obviously, you're doing a radio
Can
show
you
here and all.
can you talk to people without drinking a beer?
Yes,
Okay.
Well, not at work, but I mean, he has to drink during work. But
I
I
do
mean,
have to
I'll-
drink during work. But, typically I don't drink water for a living, when I don't, I like having a few beers with the guys.
Ooh,
I
you kind of asked
I
you.
don't have a vagina.
Wait, hey,
Yeah, sure.
Candy, aren't you drinking water right now?
I am
He is?
drinking
I
water.
think he is.
Oh, okay.
But I
just
like to
wanted-
He's
stay-
trying to stay sober.
I like to stay hydrated when I'm
Yeah.
talking because I don't need beer when I'm on this show, guys.
Oh, really?
Like these two over here. CJ, yeah, you're okay.
I just drink
Oh, yeah.
because I like to drink and I loosen up. Otherwise, I'm just quiet and
Let's just say this: a lot
painless.
of people today, millennials, whoever, they all lack social skills, and that's why.
What is
It's
a
true.
so? What, okay, so what's a social skill? You're being phony enough to where the person thinks you like them.
No,
No, that's kinda what you're talking
Like
about.
I was saying earlier,
Nah.
you can't talk. I mean, have a simple phone conversation.
Yeah.
It's a lost art.
What the fucking
is.
phone conversation is a phony conversation if you're talking about in terms of
True,
business,
but
in
also
the context
a lot-
of business.
but it doesn't.
Hey,
have,
how you doing today, buddy? I mean,
but it-
wow,
but it,
that's
it
a real
doesn't
great
have
fucking
to be.
gift.
It doesn't have to be though. I'm myself every single day, every day, and I can talk to people just fine if I want to.
Well,
I'm talking about people. They lack social skills so much that they have to be on pills just to talk to people, and then it drives them nuts.
Most people I've known on pills do not talk well to people.
A lot of people have anxiety. Like a lot of millennials
Yeah,
have anxiety
yeah,
in,
definitely.
in social settings too.
And that's fine. There's not.
but don't you
No,
think?
but I think it's
D-
it's a lot more than it used to be though.
I absolutely.
but why?
Yeah,
Is it because people are over?
Because they're not used to hanging out with people. They're used to playing their video games in their bedroom.
Exactly.
There you go. You
They don't want
said it.
people around.
You said it. They're sheltered.
Yeah,
They're
totally
sheltered.
sheltered.
Yeah.
I'm
And the
glad we agree
parents
on
don't
that one.
actually force their asses out to communicate with people, to get out in the real world.
Like, luckily, I had, and I'm just a little bit old enough to where I was outside playing whatever, blah blah blah. I got to be the non-millennial type. But I mean, luckily, I had a brother and a sister who treated me like shit in a good way. Like, if I couldn't imagine like being the only
they
kid.
love you.
I couldn't imagine being 10 years old now. Let's say I was a 10-year-old kid, and then you're the only kid out of that family. Like, you know how like quiet and sheltered you would be.
How did
like
you-
th-
That's true.
those are the fucking kids
That's
that are
true.
going to be on fucking pills, no matter
Blue
what.
and I are both from single kid families.
But you guys are just old enough where you guys are definitely old enough where no matter what, like you guys got to fucking play football, flag football, fucking
We're,
you got to
We
do
were-
stupid shit you
well,
weren't supposed to be
our
doing.
parents basically beat the shit out of us and told us to get out of that.
But it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, but the
It's not like that.
generation of when we were growing up is a lot different than today.
Definitely.
True.
And
Oh yeah, true.
there's-
Yeah,
But
but
that comes down to parenting, though. Parenting. I mean, we're gonna spin this way out of. Here it goes. All right, I'm gonna throw this out. parents nowadays, they don't parent.
No.
I'm gonna throw that flat out. Parents do not parent.
Well, why would-
It's the cool thing to do to have a kid, but to actually be a parent,
Right.
nah, that's a little too much work.
Yeah.
Because
agree.
I feel like people were way too worried, or worried enough, or it's a good thing they were too worried back then that, you know, how my kid's going to be when they grow up totally reflects me as a parent and me as a person.
Totally.
Like, you know what I mean? So, like, it was such a disappointment if your if your child who grew up was a disappointment or a fuck up. But, like, now it's kind of like, it's kind of a, you know, no holds barred. Like, all right, there you go.
Well, now
Good
you're
luck.
getting-
You're going
well,
off
now
to
you're-
college. Good luck.
Well,
Get
now
your-
you're getting into the whole, you know, participation medals and stuff like that.
Well, they treat them like they're
Yeah,
best friends.
They do.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, parent, you know, they treat them like best friends. You know, a kid goes out there, you know, we didn't have this, you know, we didn't have this when I was a kid, but, you know, I can't speak for you guys. Obviously, you're younger than I am. But participation
much younger.
medals, you know, if I didn't win the, you know, if I'm running a race or whatever with the 1 mile or whatever, if I didn't win the race, I didn't get a fucking medal for just participation.
Now everyone gets a medal.
Yeah,
The
but
no- the
nowadays,
no cut list.
Nowadays,
You're right.
it's like, oh, you paid your money to run this race or whatever. You get a medal. Congratulations. Just so you walk home with something.
Right.
The problem is there's like the parents today. There's only one in the picture, or the father or the mother. They're a shithead, and they make it all about themselves, and they're just selfish individuals. They don't even think about the kids anymore. They're like, oh, where can I take my best friend? Is that my daughter? Is that my best friend? Or is that my son? No, I think it's going to be my friend today.
Well, I mean,
and they don't hold them accountable.
Well, how many times have any of us been out in a public setting and you see kids just running around?
They own their fucking parents.
Yeah.
They
Well, they
own
start
their
crying,
parents.
and rather than the parents, you know, and yeah, I'm a firm believer in this. Spank a kid on the ass. I'm not saying beat the shit out of a kid. Spank a kid on the ass. Show him who's boss a little bit.
Right.
But not nowadays.
put them in place.
Yeah, honestly.
Right.
But nowadays, honestly, parents oh, you're crying a little bit. Here, have some candy. Let's buy you some candy. Maybe that'll help take care of you for 5 minutes.
This is a funny subject, and I know, Mom, you're watching. I appreciate it because she's a firm believer of the Going Dutch Radio Network. But back when I was a kid, we were in a public setting, like in a grocery store or something, and I was being stupid, shitty. I was being fucking retarded.
Was this yesterday?
This is only a few years ago. But she would grab my wrist and grab onto it and like fucking as hard as she possibly could. Like to the point where I'm like,
Yeah.
like almost like would cry, but
Yeah.
she knew like just to the point where I wouldn't cry.
Yeah.
That helped a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, she
there's
did
totally
that-
nothing wrong with
She
that.
did that to me a couple times, and I didn't appreciate it.
Well, you got to be a good boy, Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ask for the candy. Don't cry about candy, otherwise you're gonna get roasted. That's a thing.
Yeah, but so basically, Mickey believes, and I believe, kids are way too sheltered today to have common sense. And when they get out in the real world, they have anxiety because they haven't got out of there. And they're forced to get on pills, and they think that's the coolest thing to do. But pills are not the answer. Talking to someone is the answer.
You know, I feel like I'm in a Dare commercial here.
I'm not
God,
saying
I know.
there are certain instances where people need medication, but it is overprescribed because everybody
Well, you're spinning this all out now.
everybody
Yeah, no, I
has
get you.
anxiety. Oh,
To a degree,
You
to a degree.
spin it out.
To a degree, yeah, I agree. No, I'm hypothetically about myself. Total true story. I used to honestly, I hated crowds, but the weird thing is, the older you get,
You hated what?
You hit it what?
Crowds.
Crowds, I gotcha.
being
Okay,
out
sorry.
in
I thought he
crowds.
said Krauts.
Yeah, I was like, what the
That's
fuck
like
are
like
crowds?
German.
Sauerkrauts.
Yeah, the Jews here.
Mickey,
blue,
when you
blue,
Mickey,
what-
when you look in the mirror, do you get anxiety?
No, I don't. But no, seriously, I used to honestly, it would bother me, and now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like me, don't like me, whatever. Which I think honestly, that's another thing that comes with age.
Yeah, definitely. Be
but-
who you are. Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
but you know, but also I think the kids nowadays have a lot more anxiety than I had as a child, and like,
And I feel like there is more pressure. I feel like there is more outside
Oh,
pressure. I mean, I don't know. I
true.
mean,
You know, honestly, and that's another thing. Kids nowadays, you know, I was talking about parents not parenting before and stuff like that. But parents nowadays, actually, in terms of writing their kids about being the best, I think is a lot worse than what I used to have. My family was happy. You know, go out, try, give it your best. You didn't win. Oh well, you gave it your best. That's all you can do. Nowadays, parents are so stuck on their kid being the best
yeah.
that they ride their kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
Wait,
physically,
wait,
people.
wait,
Not
wait.
physically.
Just-
Come on.
no, not physically.
just a second ago, you're talking about them getting the the medals for.
Well, they do, but they're
So
but,
it's
but
kinda-
parents.
which
no,
one is it?
But that's in terms of like schooling and stuff like that, government and stuff like that. They want everybody feels special about themselves. But in terms of parents nowadays, I think want their kids because it's a social status.
I think it's 50.
It's a social status.
Yeah.
You know, my kid's the best at this.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like keeping up with the Joneses. It's honestly part of that. My kid's the best at this. Your kid's not as good. So
Right.
it's like a keeping up with the Joneses thing.
I totally agree with you there, but
Yeah.
but I feel like 50-50, like 50% of, kids these days, it's all about that participation, just make the kid feel good, everything he does is okay, he's different. He tries to stick his dick in his ass, it's okay. Jimmy's all right. Oh, and then the other 50%.
Yeah, we need
is-
to talk about that with the millennials.
The other 50%, and I know this from experience. Like, there's this fucking kid I used to go to school with, and he was Asian. And I mean, I'm bringing Asians up on purpose because we are in St. Louis, Missouri, folks. And in St. Louis, there's a big population near Creve Coeur and Chesterfield of Asian people. And this kid would just like almost cry every day because his parents, if he did not get an A+, like if he did not get at least 95% on every single test, every single homework paper, everything, then he would be grounded. No matter what, he would be grounded. He had to have he had. I mean, literally, he had to be the best kid in class. He had to be,
Get in your room.
Seriously, that's not a joke. And I feel like 50% is let him be who he is. He's just a kid. Let him go. Or you have to make sure he's the fucking best kid and he's the smartest or he's the best at whatever. Otherwise, he's going to be shunned. Both of them, either way, are going to cause them to be fucked up when they're older.
Yeah,
you got to have a happy medium. You have to have a happy medium, and there's no happy medium.
No, there is no happy medium, and that's the problem. We need to find a solution to this
Yes.
problem.
Just don't have kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, folks, we are talking about millennials. We hit that subject for 37 minutes, technically.
Jesus Christ.
That's good.
We
I
still-
feel like should we take 2 small breaks or just 1 medium break? Because it's going to be kind of hard and difficult since we are going to talk about flat Earth. That's going to go for a while. Religion's going to go for a very long while. It's going to be kind of hard to do one subject now, and it's probably going to go for another hour. So what do you think?
Why can't we just
I say
start?
2.
Why don't we start it and then take a break in between?
Because we're going to...
Because you're going to get in the middle of it, and we're going to be like an hour into this conversation.
Well, I think half the problem is we're going to go up, during break, and then we're going to talk about it and not talk about enough of it during the show.
I'm not.
No,
I
there-
don't plan on
Blue.
talking to you guys at all.
well,
I hate you guys.
There's just one there's one
All right.
topic that I want to touch upon with the millennials before we leave that.
Yeah.
Is
What's up?
that they are so accepting of different people, different
What's wrong with that?
That's not a
no,
bad
no,
thing.
no. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, do you find this to be kind of an oddity because all the former generations were known for, gay bashing or racism. Or
People were
things
fucking
like
cruel
that.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah, totally.
Or, I mean, even
Is
like
that
10
why
years
the
ago.
millennials are so softened up then? Because
Wait a
because
minute.
aren't-
People aren't cruel today.
No. Because
I think
Because-
it's worse today.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
absolutely.
I think in the workplace maybe, but like as far what are we talking about? I mean, in California now, you legally a professor or teacher could not call a kid like him or her. They legally can't say that. Like oh, he's a good kid. A teacher, if they say that, they can go to not go to jail, but they can be fired for it. Like the gender
Today?
Yeah. Oh God. Yes, today.
Yeah, that's awful. That's stupid. Why can't they say he or her?
Exactly. That I'm proving the point that
you guys all agree that that's not a good idea.
I totally agree. It's not a good idea.
That's insane.
It's insane.
There's too much political correctness to
Yeah.
appease people's feelings.
I thought I was supposed to be the right winger on the show. What the fuck's going on here?
Well, Blue, you're kind of different places. I mean, you can't be for everything. Once again, you can't be 100% Republican, and then you can't believe 100% of what they think. Everyone's got a little. I like a little. Blue,
Oh my
a little red.
God, he offended me. Did you hear what he said?
Right.
He said I like regular sugar.
All right.
Sweet and low.
All right. Can we take a quick
All
break?
right.
Yes, break.
That was break time.
All right, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. You can watch us live, like right now, every single Saturday night, starting at 8 p.m. We go for at least a couple hours. And please subscribe and chat with us on Facebook. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. And we'll be right back, guys. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're on a commercial break. We'll be right back, guys. Going Dutch Radio Network. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Be the sunshine to do
Once again, guys, we are on a commercial break. We will be right back. In about 10 minutes, this is Going Dutch Radio Network. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
One step behind, and I can't wait forever to make things right. We're separated all day, distracted at night, and I'm guessing that you are feeling the same way. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. All my friends are into reliving the past, trying to return to times they've already had. But I am looking forward to something that's new, spending all my time just getting close to you. And I'm hoping that you are feeling the same way. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Heaven help me, I've got too much on my mind. Doing all I can, I'm working all the time. But the weight's so heavy, it's bringing me down. I need someone to come get me off of the ground. And I'm hoping that you are feeling the same way. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Let's run the red light before it gets too
Guys, I just want to say that I was on YouTube a lot recently. I get on there all the time, and I listen to Michael Bolton. I listen to a lot of different bands, but I was scrolling down, and I typed in Dutch. I just was looking for the movie Dutch, and basically what happened was I saw Dutch Radio Network, which you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
I started watching it. I enjoyed what I saw, what I heard, and I said, hey, I have to follow these guys, and now I am on the show. I kid you not. Your dreams can come true, and you can be on Dutch Radio Network as a guest. You're not going to be a main star like us, but you can be a guest. That's one of the places you can go to watch Dutch Radio Network is on YouTube. I'm going to let this guy to the left of me tell you where else you can find Dutch Radio Network. Thank you.
I'll be honest, the first time I realized Going Dutch Radio Network was the best podcast, not only in St. Louis of motherfucking Missouri, but in the whole United States and the whole world. It just blew my mind. I mean, it just absolutely blew my mind. They have the best Facebook page ever. I mean, oh my God, I could just go on and on. You know, if you guys ever go on their website, goingdutchradionetwork.com, it is like the best fucking website ever. And I was once on the show, and oh my God, like, I almost passed out. Like, the camera's on me, and I was just feeling so good but nervous, and I was a little hard. But
It's okay. That's the way I felt the first time I was on the show.
yeah.
Okay? but now I'm kind of a regular on the show, and I really enjoy it a lot.
You guys are a bunch of Nancy fucking Pantsy boys. Let me tell you something. I listen to Golden Dutch Radio because I like their kind of talk. They talk straight and they talk forward, and that's why I listen to fucking Golden Dutch goddamn radio.
All right, guys. So look up Going Dutch Radio Network. Like us on Facebook and subscribe.
YouTube and Twitch.com.
Whatever they just said.
No, it's not gonna end this way. No, it's not gonna end this way. When I woke up, my first thought was, when could I go back to bed? Then I got up and looked at you and said, no, it's not gonna end this way. When I'm working and looking at my phone, people talking around me, I don't know. There's no meaning, it's all fake. Sitting in my car alone, I'm breaking. No, it's not gonna end this way. No, it's not gonna end this way. In the evening, I'm feeling life is full. There's a reason for being, I'm understood. But I am yawning, half awake. I don't want to go to sleep. It's late, I'm thinking. No, it's not gonna end this way. No, it's not gonna end this way. No, it's not gonna end this way. No, it's not gonna end this way.
All right, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. That's right, guys. Going Dutch Radio Network. I am CJ, your host, and the crew with me today, to the right of me, if you're looking at the camera, it is Blue. How's it going, Blue?
Not bad. Feeling good.
All right.
Feeling pumped up for this.
Wow, good. All right, and to
Fucking
the
pumped. No. Seriously, I'm really pumped.
like, how pumped are you?
Like, I am just keep going. Just talk to the other guy. I can't even explain how pumped up I am.
Well, I have a name, Blue.
All right. On that note, the man to the left of me, his name is Candy. How's it going, Candy?
It's going pretty good.
So pumped.
I'm just as pumped to see it. Well, maybe not as pumped.
I am so fucking pumped.
But a little pumped.
God, I feel like there's a lot of pumping going on.
I actually have a few questions. I was actually wondering how the show came about, Dutch Radio. You never actually shared it with our viewers. Maybe you have, but I haven't heard anything about it.
Yes. So me, CJ, that's right. I'm CJ, the host. I decided during conception that I wanted to start doing a online podcast where we could do it live at least, once a week and be able to kind of have archive podcasts to watch because I thought it'd be fun to talk about politics, conspiracies, controversies, and so forth. And that's really how it came about, if you want me to be honest. It's that simple. And within about 3 weeks, I think, we got all of the equipment. We got everything. Microphones, mixers, computer software, everything, people. You have no idea how much this shit costs.
Including
It's ridiculous.
the table.
Oh, no,
And the
we're getting a
table.
new table.
We're getting a
here
new
soon.
table now?
We are getting a new table, just like we got a new projector.
We're moving up in the world here.
What
We
kind
are.
of table are we going to get? I like this table.
We're going to get a rectangular table that looks just like this one,
Ooh.
but it's smaller.
Can I put my gum under it? Because that's what I like to do with my gum.
I would advise against that. It has sentimental value to me.
Okay, I won't
It
do
is
it.
my table, but it's our table now for the show.
Can I put my penis on it occasionally?
Speaking of labels and penises, I don't know how that was a good segue. I want to talk about how we got our names on the show, our nicknames on the show. So, Blue, would you like to talk about how you got your nickname? And can you explain it?
It's a very interesting story. I showed up on my first day here, and I was wearing a lot of blue. And then one of the two guys who used to be on the show was like, "Hey, that guy's wearing a lot of blue," so they call me Blue.
That is actually a pretty good name.
I mean, it is, and you don't understand, folks. Blue,
It's better
To the-
than my name.
to the right of me, always on the camera. I mean, my God, he has never not worn blue, ever. I don't know
Never.
if it's a
Never
fashion
not worn.
statement or if he's just really into it. But
I'm not a Democrat, though.
anyways, to the camera's left, as always, is Candy. And Candy, how did you get your name? How'd your name come about?
Do you even know?
I know my name.
So,
Okay, it wasn't my choice, but it was kind of interesting the first day at work here because this is kind of work.
Wow.
yeah,
Every
this
Saturday
is
night.
becoming a job, man.
I said, "What should my nickname be?" You guys were naming out names, and then someone said Candy. I don't know if it was you, CJ, or Blue,
I
but
think it was me.
was
but-
he?
I was thinking something sweet, and I was looking at him like,
yeah, he's like Candy. So I said, "You know what? That's fine.
Some sweet
It
candy.
doesn't really matter what my nickname is, but Candy has kind of stuck with me.
right. I mean, I remember Blue first said Blowjob Betty. I'm like, let's go a little,
It
less.
has to be appropriate,
Exactly.
and we can sell candy while we're talking about me.
Right, exactly.
You should sell candy.
All right, guys, don't forget to watch Going Dutch Radio Network. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We are on commercial break. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Please like and subscribe to us on Facebook and look us up on our own website. That's right, guys. We have a www.goingdutchradionetwork.com. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
How could one man be so brave? Tell the people that they're not slaves. Be a symbol, light of hope. Down the darkest, lonely roads. Be the reason, though they fear, they will stand up. They will cheer. This is love. This is love. This is love, love, love. And I am so thankful for all sides. Give the people back their pride. This is love. This is love. This is love, love, love. And I am so thankful for all that you have done. And I am so thankful for the songs that you have sung. I'm so thankful for your love. I know you could come from the ashes. You could rise, be a symbol, a light of hope down the darkest, lonely roads. Be the reason, the door they fear. Men will stand up and they will cheer. This is love. This is love. This is love, love, love. And I am so thankful for all that you have done. And I am so thankful for the songs that you have sung. I'm so thankful for your love. Sneak a peek in my head, past the promise, past regret, to the place where I hide. You could come inside in your face and your ears, all my hopes and my fears. I'm a freak and a fake. You could take me or leave me. This is true, as true as it needs to be. I found something that works for me well. I'm surrounded by assassins I can't see without my glasses. I'm afraid they're whispering things about me that are mean. From now on, things might get weird, don't settle in. Or shed a tear, well.
All right, guys, and we are back from break. This is Going Dutch Radio Network, and it got a little hot and heavy, got a little crazy in the last segment before we took break. We talked about millennials and
Actually,
A lot of shit went
everybody agreed on the topic, so it really wasn't that bad.
oh man, there was really.
Yeah.
Well,
Not really.
watch our archive podcast on Facebook or YouTube, Blue, and
You
will see the argument.
okay, CJ, I will. I definitely will.
Wow.
I'm watching it right now.
All right, so once again, we do have a guest on the show. His name is Mickey. How's it going, Mickey?
Mickey Blue Eyes.
How do you like it so far?
This is a good time.
Hey, Mickey.
Good time.
How'd you get that nickname?
How did you get that nickname, Mickey?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
I'm CJ, the host. To the right of me is Candy. To the left is Blue. So in case anyone, asks some questions, please comment. Call us in via Facebook Messenger. We greatly appreciate it. All right, so the next topic we want to talk about, since we already talked about millennials for about an hour, is flat Earth, people. Flat Earth.
Why don't you tell us what flat Earth
Oh.
flat Earth is.
Yes, please.
I know
do.
what it is, but I want to hear. I'm pretty sure we're all going to disagree on some of this stuff.
So most of the population of Earth believes that Earth that we live on, all this land and water and whatnot, is a globe, a sphere, so to speak. Maybe it's not a perfect sphere. Maybe it's more of an elliptical sphere, but it's pretty much it's a ball, right?
You sound smart.
Anyways, that's what most people believe.
He's got glasses on.
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's a fact that it's round.
It's a fact. It's something that you've been told. You're saying,
No, I've seen it, and scientists have seen it, and they've proven it.
have you been in space?
Have you?
No.
I've seen pictures of space.
Well, I'm going to get to that in a little bit.
Okay,
how
you
those
get
are
to
all
it.
CGI.
I also saw a movie called 2001, and they filmed that on a stage. And
All
it
right.
looked pretty real to me.
So flat Earth is exactly what it sounds like. Now, we're not going to talk about what's beneath the flat Earth or why. We're not going to talk about right away why people might be hiding that it's a flat Earth and why are people saying that it's actually a globe. But first off, flat Earth, it's just flat, 100% perfectly flat. The entire globe is 100% a flat plane, people, okay?
There's a lot of flatheads.
There is a lot of flatheads. So this is one pic that I want to show everybody. This is a diagram and a photo of what...
Oh, that's an awesome photo. CJ,
Okay, so...
did you draw that in your spare time?
No, okay, so a lot of people don't know this. So all pilots that fly, if you fly in a plane and you're a pilot or a co-pilot or whatnot, they use a flat map, maybe not flat Earth map, but a flat map in order to navigate, in order to get around, which is pretty interesting if you kind of think about it. So they use they do, and it's more blown up, obviously, so you can kind of tell where you're going. Radar works the same way. Anytime they're looking at a place, anytime they're
flat
trying to
screen.
and anytime they're trying to get from point A to point B, they don't use a globe. They don't have a fucking globe in their hand or a globe diagram that you're looking at a computer to try to find out the best way to get there in case there's storms. No, it's all flat.
That's a pretty weak argument, though. I
no,
mean,
no.
Come on.
It's, well,
He's just
it's
getting
gonna get
wound up.
better.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know if
give him a chance.
Okay.
Give him a
computer
chance.
screen's necessarily
All right.
going to give you a globe aspect.
Give you
so,
a chance.
audience, what we're looking at right now is just a diagram, a map, so to speak, of what flat Earth is what flat Earth's supposed to be. So, if you look, the very middle is white. That's the snow. That is North Pole.
I thought that was a jizz stain.
It looks like an asshole.
I bet you did.
That is an interesting asshole. That's super bleached. So the outer rim, the entire outer rim, is all white as well. So imagine the globe. Imagine the North Pole. Everyone look at my hands. Imagine the North Pole being at the top, and it's a globe. Imagine if you blew out the globe outward into a flat surface.
Can't handle that. I'm a millennial. Oh, wait,
So
I'm not.
the South Pole would be blown out in the entire outer rim, right? Does that make sense in theory?
Rim blown out.
I'm not saying
Sounds
flat
like
Earth
an
makes
asshole
sense,
to
but
me.
does that make sense? Do you understand what I mean?
Kind of.
No.
Okay, so imagine the South Pole looks exactly like the North Pole, okay, but it's blown out this way.
Oh.
So then all the snow is on the outside. So now the entire Antarctica, which is where the South Pole is on the outer rim. That is what flat Earth and what flat Earth believers.
Give him a participation,
You know,
participation medal.
Hold on, CJ. Have
Do you understand what I mean, though?
I
Is
got
anyone-
you.
I
I
want to
think-
make sure you're all with me.
I
and then I'm gonna
see
go
where you're
further.
coming
I
from,
think
but
he
have
needs
you
a
ever?
participation medal though over there. He gets it.
Have you ever heard of satellites? There's satellites up in space that actually show the
Yeah,
Earth.
and here's the thing. I'm not necessarily saying I 100% agree with this, but it's very interesting, and a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people now believe in the flat Earth theory. It's
It's a theory.
It's a theory. I mean, so is gravity, and that's a fact. So figure that one out. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right,
I
guys.
don't want to put it in my pipe and smoke it.
Well, I know you don't. That's why.
See, I mean,
That's why we have you on the show.
But these people are just like, oh, it's a flat Earth. But these people have no evidence at all. I mean, there's satellites up there. It's round. I know it's round. I see it through the satellites. Scientists have said it. But yet these people believe whatever the hell they want to
But
believe.
the satellites pictures that you're seeing came from
NASA and all.
And we know who ran NASA. Werner von Braun, the
yes,
Nazi.
and I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get that in a little bit.
Can we trust him?
So
are we
here-
going to trust Nazis?
So just to start out, the first thing people
I know you
ask,
don't.
If there's a flat Earth, then how the hell does night and day work? Where the sun, rotates, or
I'm
how
not
we
a
revolve around-
scientist.
But no, listen. This is how it works. Instead of it going around us like a ball, like the moon does, and then we revolve on the sun. Instead, it's fake.
funny.
That's exactly what the diagram's supposed to be. That's actually how it works. Who's doing that? We don't know. We want to know. That's why it's flat Earth. It's pretty interesting.
It's flat.
Okay.
So you believe it's flat Earth?
I don't think that flat Earth is true necessarily, but I have my doubts about some of the globe theory. Even though I love astronomy, I mean, I forced you and your
Oh, God.
girl to fucking look at Jupiter.
I was looking at
2 days ago.
Yeah, it looked like a Tylenol against black. That,
I mean,
that was
what
what
the
I was
fuck?
looking
It
at.
looked amazing.
Tylenol.
Let me ask you
It
guys
looked
a
like a
question.
big Tylenol in the sky.
Do you believe that we are the only planet that can support life, or do you believe there's another planet out there like this?
I'm good. I have a giant answer for it. So go ahead, guys. What do you guys think?
You go ahead.
Go blue. Go blue.
Do I believe that there is a planet like planet Earth?
Yes, that can support life, and like us, we're, you know, I believe that. My own belief is I don't believe there is. It'd be interesting if there was, but I believe that Earth, the round Earth, is the only planet that can support life. I don't believe there's anything else out there, but there could be.
I don't think we know anything at all. We're going by our five senses on all this.
I think
It's
humans,
it's an opinion.
seriously.
It's an
Human-
opinion, though.
human
That's it.
beings are arrogant, and for us to actually think that we're the only ones out there is an arrogant opinion.
Yeah, it's an opinion. So we got your answer, Mickey. You believe there could be. I would think it's very interesting if there was. I just don't know.
Well, then why haven't we met them yet?
Well,
Exactly.
This is my take on it.
seriously.
I don't believe that there is advanced civilization that is as robust and
Smart as us?
As smart as us. You know, they're as far as advanced as the humans, and I don't believe that they've ever gone further than maybe their own galaxy. Or I also believe that we are the most intelligent, and there's never been anything else, no matter what. Like without doubt. Here's the reason why. The one thing you said, then why haven't we seen them? Then why haven't we contacted with them yet? And that's called the Fermi's paradox, by the way. So the Fermi's paradox states, where's all the aliens? It's been billions, not millions, but billions of years where there should have been habitable zones for any Earths or Earth-like spheres or planets to harvest life. And if you think that the universe is almost infinite, which it's so big, it pretty much is. There's trillions of suns like ours, if not bigger, smaller. That means
How do they know that?
Because, what do you mean? How do they know that? So all they do,
How do they know there's trillions of suns? Have they seen them?
telescopes. Yes, they use
Where?
and they use infrared radar, and then they can
Radar?
They can yeah, I mean it's like radar. Yeah,
It's the same. I mean, I don't know anything about that, but it's the same thing as the satellites showing that Earth is round.
These scientists, they're proven wrong all the fucking time.
By
and
who?
By history. Look at history. They used to believe, well, we're talking about the flat Earth right now.
Right.
They used to think the Earth was flat. Then they went out into space and they decided it's round.
No,
now people are thinking that
that's
it's
not
flat
true.
again.
That's not true. They didn't go out in space, and that's when they realized that they thought that it was round.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That happened
that is true.
what happened 600 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Um,
somebody did their homework on this, obviously.
this is all I'm into is astronomy and conspiracies, and I like to look into things. I like to keep my options open because you
Yeah.
never know. I mean, I don't like to be close-minded about everything.
Yeah,
Like,
when
most
you
of these
no,
people
no,
at the
I'm-
table.
when you die,
Actually,
you could
no,
go to space.
Actually, I'm being open-minded because everybody agrees with everything the scientists say on everything. They're like, "Yep, absolutely, those
First of
guys
all-
are right."
No, that's not.
That's
tr-
why I kind of like these.
No,
flat
that's not
earthers
true, but-
because they're actually contradicting what is assumed to be common sense thought.
Yeah, but
that
we all
have
have
a
eyes,
round
and we
planet.
see what the satellites see.
The satellites are pictures that were taken. They took pictures,
I'm waiting.
and then
Keep talking.
So they took pictures and they showed it to us, and they're like, "This is the Earth. Have you seen it with your own eyes?"
So you think live feeds of that NASA produces is staged? Is that what you're
it
thinking?
could be staged. We don't know.
There has been a few, and ironically,
Which is another big conspiracy theory,
Ironically,
by the way.
I turned on the Fire Stick outside in the patio earlier today, outside the studio, and that's exactly what was playing. Ironically, was a live feed, or was supposed to be a live feed of the International Space Station and an astronaut just hanging out of the International Space Station, looking towards Earth. And yeah, I believe it, 99%, but there's still that 1% that I believe like this could be 100% staged for a bigger reason.
You know what would be awesome?
Like the movie The Truman Show.
If I wasn't
Kind of.
so claustrophobic, and there's no doubt I would get anxiety if I went up in space.
It costs
but-
a lot of money, too.
Because you're a millennial.
But I would love to go up in space and look at it from the satellite's point of view. Don't you think that would be neat?
Yeah,
It would be
absolutely.
absolutely
It'd be fucking
amazing.
awesome.
It'd be awesome.
If there is space.
If
we
there
don't
is
know.
space, and if the Earth was really
Wait, what do you
globe.
mean if there is space?
Well, it's
I'm
just
not saying there
we
isn't, but I
take
mean-
everything
Yeah,
That's-
you really think there's no space?
There is a space.
There's. I mean,
Let
that,
me-
that one's a given.
The point is, we're lied to from conception till death about everything.
Right.
History,
Blue.
the
Space,
world,
though?
everything. We're
Come
fucking
on,
lied to
man.
about. This
There-
is no. This is
No,
this
no.
this touches upon a much bigger
Apollo
issue.
13?
This is
Oh,
no.
don't
This
get me
touches
started
upon
about Apollo 13. that's gonna be.
That was a movie, wasn't
such
it?
an overrated movie.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
a
there
true
you go.
story.
But it was a movie.
I'm
Was it a
taping
true story?
on DVR, and I plan on finishing it.
Yeah, well, you believe anything that Tom
Okay,
Hanks is in. You
so-
probably believe in mermaids because he was in Splash.
And I will. Here's the thing. I will find the.
Yeah, so what if I do?
And I will find the sources just to prove to you guys, but it is absolutely a fact that there's been multiple people from NASA that verified in front of the camera, in front of the live feed, saying that
Nazis.
yes, NASA admits that most photos of Earth or any photos they've ever taken into space or on Earth from space are photoshopped. Not saying fake, but they've been photoshopped.
In terms of how?
To make them look better, to highlight.
What, was
the
Earth not
features.
To
attractive
highlight
enough?
certain stars and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yes. Now, the fact that they have never had a single photo, and I've tried to look it up. I've tried to look it up for years. They don't have a single photo of Earth that has not been photoshopped or partially CGI. They don't have like just a normal, just photo. And
This
then
includes like
untouched.
60s photos.
60s. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Why would they
Yes,
do that?
and you can look that up. I mean, I want to just throw this stupid shit out there unless.
Yeah, that's
you know,
really-
Next
unless
week,
it's
we'll
true.
be in space.
That's really weird.
It is fucking weird. I mean, that's what a lot of people don't understand is, like, this day and age, we should be advanced enough where, yeah, of course it's a fucking globe, but maybe we've been lied to for a reason.
Hey, here's
Why not?
Here's the deal.
Why not think we've been lied to?
Nobody at this table, on this show, in this world, knows anything.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. We don't know anything.
But always,
But I believe I know the Earth is round.
Wait, so you just got done saying you don't know anything, but now you
I'm
think
not.
that the Earth
I'm
is
not.
round.
I'm not necessarily talking about this. It's just they spit out these non-facts and all these theories, and they're not actual facts. The Earth is flat. Here's why. Let's show some videos. Let's look at this. It doesn't prove a damn thing.
Neither does what NASA says, because NASA's shady.
NASA is
Why?
very
They're
shady.
very
Why is
shady.
NASA shady?
I told you
Because
because
it's government funded.
No, because that Nazi who used a bunch of human labor when he was over in Germany became the head of NASA.
That is
Werner
true.
von Braun.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he was a former Nazi.
And we-
He was one of the top
Guys, I just
scientists.
wanna
And
let
we
you
know
know-
Nazis lie.
I just want to let you know that Blue is of the Jewish community. That's why he's getting so offended, and I don't blame him. So I'm gonna leave him.
That's why
alone.
I'm smart, because I'm Jewish. That's why I know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
We have smart people.
He has gray hair.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's one thing I want to dive into. And we're going to keep on going with this flat Earth thing. But it definitely brings up a good prospect. So, I mean, you think about the government. Not saying the government, everything is lies and just everything's fake and why would you believe them? Here's the thing. I always believe in question everything. Question everything.
You're very smart, yes.
And any third party
Yes.
that tells you something or that is fact, question it.
Question it every fucking time.
Absolutely.
True.
Because if you don't question everything, or at least being optimistic about it, then you're going to be someone like Candy, and you just think that, you know, anything outside the solar system, it doesn't exist. Which my brother swears that that's what you believe.
Oh yeah. Well, let's get your brother over here.
Or you believe that isn't it true that you believe that Earth or that universe is only 5,000 years old?
no, I don't. I never said that. Yeah.
5,000. What?
I know.
Oh,
What?
the fuck? He has multiple things to talk about
Let's
with you.
hear about this.
No. First of all, I don't know what the hell you're talking
Anyway,
about.
segue
I
into
said-
religion.
No. Basically, if your brother would come out in this area and actually be on the show, but I'm telling you right now, okay, what it was is I said I don't believe there's any other human life form out there, and everyone said, "Oh, you're naive." I'm like, "Oh, well, how the hell do you know?" You know, I think it was your cousin. You know,
Yeah.
the woman, and I'm just like, I'm naive.
There's a lot of them.
And I'm just like, yeah, sure, okay, because you've seen the other life form out there. Yeah, good job.
Maybe
Way
she
to
is
go.
another life form. How do you know?
Well, no, but
Hold on, real quick. What I want to bring up is, okay, so the Fermi's paradox, you're like, well, if there's aliens, how the fuck have we seen them yet? And I totally agree with you because out of billions of years, there should have been, which I was trying to say before, there should have been habitable zones like the Earth, and there should have been plenty of aliens throughout billions of years for how massive the universe is. Billions and billions of habitable zones and Earths like us throughout the billions of years. So during that time,
Billions.
even if they were only to move 1,000 miles per hour 5 billion years ago to try to travel and try to find whatever they're trying to find. They're optimistic, and they're kind of like us, but more, advanced, which they should be. The chances are exponential. The chances are endless, right?
I don't know why they think they're so advanced, though.
Hold on.
They
So
think
Insane.
you're,
they
so
think
you're,
they're
so
really
you're the
dumb.
conspiracy theorist, correct?
No, not 100. No, not about
So-
everything. No.
Well, okay. So do you believe in the ancient alien theory?
No,
You don't believe in that at all.
I don't believe there's aliens.
So you don't believe in no aliens.
None.
None.
I mean, there might be
Interesting.
microorganisms, but I don't think there's anything that has ever been advanced as us. This is the reason why I want to get to it. So there should have been billions of since the universe is endless. I mean, technically, right? I mean, it really is. No matter what, it's pretty much endless. Out of millions of light years, billions of light years away, even if they were traveling at 100,000 miles, or let's say 1,000 miles per hour, we would have seen them by now 5 billion years ago. We would have been contacted by then. Why haven't we been contacted yet? Is it because they hit a plateau? Do they hit a brick wall? Does something happen? Or do they always kill themselves in an all-out nuclear type of war in their own, alien life?
Maybe they think we're too stupid to deal with.
Maybe. That is true.
They're stupid.
You don't know.
We're
okay.
so smart. We're flying around space.
Well, no.
Yay!
That's one thing I want to
Fuck
bring
them.
up. No.
I don't want to meet any aliens.
That's
it's
one
like a
thing-
bunch of assholes.
I mean, I'm not ready to segue yet into the next topic or anything
Guys,
like that. But
I
this is
saw Aliens the other night, and it was a damn good movie.
You're
I
fucking
think
right,
Blue and I
sir.
know a guy that was supposedly molested by an alien.
His name's Rich. Is his name actually Rich?
Yes.
Oh my God! I just totally guessed. I'm sorry, Rich. I know you're listening because I told you to. Okay, so that's one thing I want to bring up.
They're kidding, Rich.
What was I trying to get
Rich,
to?
don't be mad at me on Tuesday.
So maybe we have been contacted by aliens, but maybe think about it this way. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
This is going to be an eye opener. This is going to blow your mind.
It's gonna make my dick hard.
My eyes are open.
Think about a dog. Think about all the dogs out there.
My dick's not getting hard.
Puppies, dogs,
Are you sure?
a lab, a black lab, a cocker spaniel, a boxer.
Maybe a little bit.
They're okay. Think about it. They can't read. They can't write. They can't do a
Oh.
lot of things.
No.
Yeah, but if they could, they would.
There's many things that we can do that they don't even understand, or they can't even comprehend. Right?
We do a bunch of stupid
They,
shit.
like they're so illiterate, like they don't understand because they're not smart enough to
Yeah.
even know that we're doing certain things.
There's
Like,
a lot of dogs that are smart, though. I mean, they're really smart.
I know a few dogs who can write.
Okay, the smartest ape in the world can only do fucking sign language. Okay, and that's supposed to be the closest thing to humans. Anyways,
What about the Planet of the Apes?
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Okay, keep going.
It's
So-
getting out of control.
what I'm trying to say is maybe we humans are like dogs or only apes as far as how smart we are realizing what's going on, and the humans are actually the aliens, so to speak. So maybe we have been contacted by aliens, but we're so fucking stupid that we haven't realized it yet. Like we're so dumb because we haven't channeled whatever they can comprehend and understand.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
Well, think about so
that make sense or
So
not?
getting into the ancient alien theory, what if the actual aliens were around back in Egyptian time?
4,000, 8,000 years ago?
Yeah, helped
Okay.
us build pyramids, all that, everything else, and they said maybe they were our gods at the time, and they're like, okay, a lot of people believe in God gives us free reign on what we do, right?
Free will, sure.
Free will, okay. So what if the aliens, quote unquote, were actually the God, and they gave us free will? They gave us, some ability.
Sounds like
some,
my novel.
some knowledge how to do things, and then they gave us free will. They took off on their own, and there it is. And we just live our lives.
Instead of a godly thing that it's like it's in my body of the spirit, instead it's like these aliens are controlling us. That's one thing I talked about a few shows ago. Is like, are we living in a simulation? Is it somebody's game? Is it somebody that's
Not even that though, but I mean, like I said, everybody thinks of God and he's this all-powerful being and stuff like that.
I don't,
Maybe
but go on.
certain people do. The
Sure.
religious folk.
You're going to hell.
But say that God was actually an alien, and
Hey.
gave us some you gave us knowledge and X amount of knowledge to survive and
Right.
stuff like that, the basics, and then actually left the Earth to see what we would do from there.
That's
maybe they're
interesting.
actually watching.
it's a game. I totally understand what you're
I
saying.
mean, that's it's a possibility. I don't know.
It's definitely possible. But once again, I feel like we would see more aliens than zero that were.
But you
were
think
out.
they would actually? What if maybe they don't want to be even involved? Maybe we're a petri dish. Maybe we're a test for them.
Right.
What about all
totally
the weird
agree.
animals around us? Like, didn't they find a couple days ago? I think it was in Australia. They killed some sort of unidentifiable dog or some.
Okay,
And I'm kind of pulling that out of my ass.
No,
here.
that's not pulling up your ass.
Now we're fishing.
So in the ocean, which ironic that you say candy fishing or whatever. Every year we identify dozens, and you can look this up, dozens of new species of
Yeah.
ocean
Totally.
life that we never knew existed because they live so far down near
Yeah, there's
the
some
trenches
weird
of
shit down there.
Yeah, we don't know.
Now,
Keep
I do
your
believe
options
there's a
open.
lot of weird creatures in the ocean.
Yeah, there's
I will
some
say.
weird fucking animals on this planet Earth, which
That's
could
where
be
Blue
aliens.
came from.
Yeah, think about it. Like
What do you think about some of the stories and stuff like that about a long time ago and stuff like that of civilizations that aren't around anymore? Is that a story to tell us this is how we should act so we don't wind up going out being extinct,
right.
or is this basically something that actually happened?
I mean, it's definitely possible. It's definitely something I haven't really looked into pretty hard because
Goddamn headphones.
What's up, Blue?
No, I'm just trying to adjust them. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
Technical difficulties over here.
Sorry, guys. Going Dutch Radio Network, Facebook, YouTube, Pornhub, and Periscope. We're not on Periscope right now. I'm sorry. We will be next week, I promise. Technical difficulties again. But right now we're...
Pornhub.
Yeah, Pornhub.com.
We're on Pornhub.
I always plug them.
Wow.
Any aliens
Do they
watching,
give us any
please
money
like
for
us.
that?
So once again, let me go back to the flat Earth thing, and this is why it's pretty fucking interesting.
Yeah, we really got off the subject.
Can we watch?
Not really.
Can we watch this video, please, about flat Earth and how fucking ridiculous
It's
some of this
Cody
stuff is?
giving a documentary.
I don't know
It's
if
an
Cody
hour
is,
and
but-
2
59
hours long?
minutes.
It's interesting. We're not gonna watch it for 2 hours, I promise.
Grab some popcorn, everyone.
The horizon always appears perfectly flat 360 degrees around the observer, regardless of altitude. All amateur balloon, rocket, plane, and
These are flat Earth proofs.
flat horizon over 20
Well, I can't
plus
take this
miles high.
seriously with the
Only
fucking
NASA and
voiceover.
other government space agencies show curvature in their fake CGI
It's supposed to be a
photos
millennial.
and videos. 2. The horizon
is
always
definitely a fucking
rises on
millennial.
the eye level of the observer as altitude is gained, so you never have to look down to see it. If Earth were in fact a globe, no matter how large, as you ascended, the horizon would stay fixed and the observer would have to tilt looking down further and further to see it. 3. The natural physics of water is to find and maintain
This
its
is actually
level.
pretty interesting.
If Earth were a giant sphere tilted, wobbling, and hurtling through infinite space, then truly flat, consistently level
This guy just must have
surfaces
watched,
would
Pink
not
Floyd's
exist
Wall.
here. But since Earth is in fact an extended flat plane, this fundamental physical property of fluids finding and remaining level is consistent with experience and common sense. 4. Rivers run down
This
to
one's
sea
pretty
level,
interesting.
finding the easiest course, north, south, east, west, and all other intermediary directions over the Earth at the same time.
What?
If Earth were truly a spinning ball, then many of these rivers would be impossibly flowing uphill. For example, the Mississippi, in its 3,000 miles, would have to ascend 11 miles before reaching the Gulf of Mexico. 5. One portion of the Nile River flows for 1,000 miles.
you guys okay?
With a fall of
This
only 1
is
foot.
insane.
Yeah, I can't even play this.
Yeah,
I was
just
I was
get
trying
rid
to
of
bring
that.
up some proofs of flat Earth, but
You can
apparently-
you know what? You get a participation medal for that.
right.
You get a participation medal for that. Good job.
That voiceover was fucking ridiculous, though.
Yeah, I guess.
It was good. No, I get the point.
Was he fixed the day before he did the voiceover work? The rivers flow upwards into the rivers.
So the guy's name is Eric Dubé. That's right, Dubé, which is ironic.
Douche.
His name's Eric
Dubé,
Dubé,
more
and
like it.
he has caused hundreds of thousands of people to follow him and believing that flat Earth is actually flat.
So
I mean,
this
it's
guy
pretty
has how
simple.
many followers, and we only have how many?
Yeah,
That's what I want to know.
400.
so to put in perspective,
We start talking like him.
he has like 13 million followers.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's
What are we doing
Jeff,
wrong?
Blue over there. You need to start that a voice from now on. Yeah.
him.
Okay, so what he was just trying to say, so supposedly what he believes is that, okay, Mississippi River, it has to ascend, means go uphill 11 miles before being dumped in the Gulf of Mexico, which for a river, that's technically like impossible. 11
unless,
miles
unless
straight
the
up.
current is strong enough.
Which the current of Mississippi never flows faster than like 15 or 60 miles an hour unless there's been a bad storm or an earthquake or some type of flood. It's pretty interesting.
So what's the peak? What would be the peak? Is that our area, Missouri?
No, the peak is supposed to be near the
peak is
Gulf of
your
Mexico.
head.
So the peak is
So no, I'm serious here. So the peak is down close to the Gulf.
okay. So
So I don't understand that.
Yes.
I'm confused how the peak would be in the Gulf.
yes, okay. So there is supposed to be an incline, like a slow slope ascending up.
Are there mountains down there, or that I'm unaware of?
Well,
or-
Earth is never perfectly flat.
No,
Like
I get
Missouri
that.
ascends and descends. Just Missouri alone,
There's a lot right
up and down, like up to 400, up to 400 and what's it, 300 to like 700 feet, if I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
I would understand that, but I mean, you would think the closer you get to the ocean, the lower the altitude would be.
Correct. One would think that's his whole point, that there's 11 miles of the Earth actually ascending before it gets dumped into the Gulf of Mexico.
And at what degree is this?
I don't know.
Did
I think he did. I think he said like 8 degrees or
8
something
degrees,
like
8
that.
degrees.
Yeah, 8
Interesting.
degrees. Which 8 degrees doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, most highways legally can't even go, up to 16 degrees
Yep,
before,
yep.
legally they're not allowed to because, for, semis and trucks for, reasons like that. So I just turned you guys' mics off because you guys want to stop fucking laughing. So. Oh, I'm sorry. What? No one can hear you. So, anyways, like I was saying to you,
That's actually funny.
it is kind of funny. They're laughing so much that we couldn't even talk. So.
We're in timeout.
Yeah, you guys are in timeout. Feels like the old show. All right, guys. Anyways, we're talking about flat Earth. Is it bullshit? Is it not bullshit? I mean, I believe that most of it's not
Are we
true,
back
but
on?
I feel like there is a
Unfortunately
little
so.
bit of doubt that I feel like maybe flat Earth is real, because there's a lot of things. There's if you look into it, I mean, it really is.
I'm sorry about laughing so hard.
It's okay.
Please don't punish me again. But no, seriously, I believe the Earth is round, and I don't believe it. I know it.
I believe Eric Dubé needs to get a different voice.
Eric Dubé. I'd like to know where he's getting all his statistics.
He has 200 proofs that the Earth is not a spinning ball. That's
Well,
what
I
this
just-
video is about. It's ridiculous.
I mean, getting back into that. The Mississippi is X amount of miles. I don't know off the top of my head how many miles long it is. So you'd figure by the time it goes from Minnesota down to the Gulf,
yes.
how much force it would have behind it. Maybe it could go those 8 degrees upward.
But there's other rivers, like the Nile moves north. It doesn't move south. You can look that up.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. But
It moves north up the globe, which is physically impossible the entire time, unless the current was that fast and that forceful, which
It might
doesn't.
be.
well, no, I mean it could go north as long as there's a slope headed that way.
right for
Correct.
I think it's 2,000 miles, which
Possibly.
which there isn't. I mean, it's almost
don't know.
perfectly flat, but it can't be perfectly flat. Okay,
There's nothing perfectly flat. We just went over this.
Okay, so let's say this it's the globe, right? This is a fact according to NASA, according to every scientist, is that if you were to in Arizona it's supposed to be perfectly flat. In Arizona, it is absolutely flat as a fucking pancake. It's been said it is. Okay? For hundreds of miles, perfectly flat. With that being said, if that is true, if it actually is perfectly flat, since it's a globe, since the Earth is a globe, it's supposed to descend. If you're standing somewhere like right here, it's supposed to descend 9 meters every single mile. 9 meters. Because of how the globe is supposed to curve.
Correct, but are you thinking in terms of gravity being like north to south, or gravity being?
Doesn't matter
towards
about. I'm
the
saying
center of the
Arizona.
Earth?
Arizona is supposed to be perfectly flat as a pancake. Like
Gotcha.
there's a certain area where it's hundreds of miles in every direction. It's perfectly flat.
So let's think about this one then.
Yes.
Okay. So water will find the lowest point. Correct. We all agree on that.
Correct.
We all agree on that.
Definitely. Will.
No.
Yes.
Which typically is not north and south. That's actually would be in towards the core of the Earth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So why would it matter whether it goes north or south as long as one point's lower than the other?
I definitely agree with you there. Absolutely.
Right?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Interesting.
No, it is
Sorry, we're
interesting.
getting into philosophy. So
No,
sorry.
no, I'm
Yeah, I think we need to
enjoying
turn your
listening.
guys' microphones off. Jesus.
Okay, so
No
okay,
one's turned
once again,
CJ's off, he's the
Arizona,
host.
they proved that it's as flat as a pancake. That for hundreds of miles in any direction, when you're standing in the middle of the desert, that there's hundreds of miles, it's perfectly flat. But it is a fact, supposedly, that if it is a globe Earth, it moves. There's, I think, I'm not trying to exaggerate. It's not 9 meters. It's 9 inches descending every mile.
9 inches ain't bad.
Does that make sense?
No,
So
I
for
get it.
every mile,
I was just rolling my eyes.
for
blue
every
over here.
mile
I'm sorry.
of this flat part of the country, there should be 9 inches of it descending because of the curvature of the Earth.
Gotcha.
Okay, so like look it up. I'm not saying it's a fact, but they will take a photo, like a camera, whatever, and they'll shoot a laser beam like 100 miles away, and it will touch the other end, the receptor, 100 miles away. Okay, 100 miles times 9 inches. We're talking about like 10 or 15 feet. You shouldn't even be able to see the damn podium or the tripod that's holding the other end that's supposed to be able to capture that. Does that make sense?
I get it.
Okay, it's okay. It's
So-
like standing on the edge of the shore, like you're at the beach and you're on the shore on the water. A ship that you can see 12 miles away, it should be down a little bit. You shouldn't be able to see the entire ship.
Well, with that being said, then hypothetically, if I stand on the east coast of the United States,
Yes.
I should be able to see the west coast of Europe.
Well, no,
Why would I not be able to?
because the atmosphere, just the oxygen in the atmosphere alone, you can only see so many miles. You can. That's why when you look up towards Earth, like when you're looking up towards space gets thinner and thinner. The air gets thinner and thinner in the atmosphere. That's why you can see stars. That's why in a shitty, cloudy, musky day, you can't see more than 10 miles away. You just can't. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're trying to see the arch from here, you can't see it in a shitty day because just the atmosphere alone it's impossible. But I mean, I feel like it's pretty interesting.
Mickey, you actually do make a lot of good views. I really don't know a lot about the conspiracy theories or anything like that, but I actually enjoy listening to it. So
It's interesting.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I think it's really boring. I feel like I'm in science class right now.
Yeah,
And
but
I slept
science-
through that
Well,
one.
if
But
you had
sci-
something to add occasionally,
science
that
classes,
blue.
to me,
I don't
Other
wanna add
than
to it.
laughing,
history is interesting. Space is interesting because
Absolutely.
we really just don't
there's
know.
a lot. Yeah, like you said, there's a lot unknown.
Yeah.
There really
It is interesting, but it's all.
Well, I've
Theory.
been looking into hundreds of thousands of hours of books and videos of astrophysics, and people got to look into that stuff. It's absolutely amazing. Not conspiracies, but like the astrophysics, what true scientists believe is actually what's going on. It's amazing. It's fucking flat amazing. That's why I forced you to fucking look at Jupiter. I made you do it.
Yeah, it
'Cause
looked
it's
like
interesting.
I said, it looked like Tylenol.
He tied him down.
Like the 500 milligram like
Tylenol.
fast active one, or
Yes,
which one?
yeah, the Bayer.
Gotcha.
It looked like
Bayer.
the Bayer
Bayer,
Tylenol. Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Another St. Louis reference.
Are we taking a short break after this topic?
No, we already took a break.
Yeah, no.
Another break? We're gonna lose listeners. They're gonna be
Candy's
like,
got to
what
take
the
a
fuck?
pee pee.
No. I don't have to take one.
Candy's got to
I'm
take
ready.
a shitty.
I'm ready to dive right in.
Candy wore a diaper to this one, to this podcast. Once again, guys, this is Going Dutch Radio Network. You can watch us live every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central. Please, will you guys agree that people need to chat and talk to us
Yes,
during the
that-
live
that'd be-
podcast?
Yes,
Add-
especially-
add
Do you
some
have
thoughts.
Do you have your number listed and everything for people to call us? No.
No.
Yes.
No, not my own personal cell phone number. Absolutely not. But you can go on Facebook. That's right, guys. Facebook.
What's the
you
number?
guys all have them. Over 3 billion people have it. Just go on Facebook. Act like you're going to message us, but instead hit the little phone icon. When you hit the phone,
Oh, okay.
you're going to live video chat us, and you can be live on the show and chat with us.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
going to
be
be.
so live,
And you're going to be so fucking
we
famous.
need all
I can
sorts of
hear you,
help.
man.
Yes, we definitely do. So we talked about flat Earth, and apparently those people, everyone just totally disagrees with me and think it's absolute bullshit. I'm not saying flat Earth is a fact, but I will say you got to be optimistic. You got to keep your options open.
Absolutely, you should always question everything,
Question the man.
including science, especially science.
I question life.
And
Yes,
I know that
definitely.
Blue, you were talking about, the Russian, or not the Russian, was it the Nazi? What's his
Werner
name?
von Braun, the head of NASA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know who he was? Like, he was like the head of scientist.
Yeah, he
the
was
chief of
he actually,
the Nazi. Yeah, go on.
he actually created the V1 and the V2 rocket, which was used in World War II to attack England. Actually, So he basically invented what became eventually the spaceship, which was launched allegedly launched into space.
He
send it-
he technically invented rocket science. I mean,
Yes.
he's the epitome of what rocket science is
Yeah,
today and
yeah.
why it works.
Yeah, it
as
was
well as it
in
does.
Operation Paperclip where they took all these Nazi scientists and
Yeah.
brought them over here.
So
1950.
okay, so you question all this, there, Blue. My question to you though is okay. So people actually watch space shuttles launch in outer space.
Yes.
What do you think they did? You think they just went up in the
Played
up in the clouds for a
hide and
little bit
seek.
and then came back down?
Well, I know that one in '86 didn't go anywhere.
Well,
No,
yeah, we
there-
know that.
There's something ironic. Challenger, Jesus.
The Challenger.
That-
Yeah.
that-
Okay,
And
that-
there's, a
there's
Challenger.
something really ironic. So most people that believe in flat Earth are actually super religious, in that there's a firmament.
The Bible talks about the Earth being flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about the Earth being flat. There's a firmament. You're in a bubble. You're in a bubble, in that there's a cap, and that's what that rocket. That there was some like guy that was trying to build a rocket to prove he was going to try to hit it and prove that there
It's
is.
like the Truman Show. What is this? This is insanity.
it's like you're in a little globe, like a little shaky globe that
Good movie.
that your grandmother buys for you.
great
You know,
movie.
it's pretty interesting.
We can all
good
agree
movie.
on that one.
Now the Truman Show was actually interesting because he was in a fake world,
it was
but
so
it was
ahead
the
of
real
its time.
world.
So ahead of its time. Amazing movie.
Definitely. That's like the last movie that didn't go straight to VHS, or that didn't go
Yeah.
straight to DVD for him, unfortunately, other than number 23.
Who? Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it is.
What about
I'm not-
Dumb and Dumber too?
Excuse me,
Exactly.
may I ask you a few questions?
Yeah,
bad.
PART. Why? Because I gotta.
Somebody stop me!
What if we just this is the whole rest of the show? We just
I
try
think
to do
that-
quotes
I
from
think it'd
Jim
be
Carrey.
fucking
On that
funny.
note, I think it's break time.
I don't know.
Come on, let's keep going a little bit.
Why don't we talk about our next topic,
We can't-
guys?
well-
Wait, no. Let's segue into this, and then we can talk about it a little bit. Then we can go for a small break. So
Okay.
we were talking millennials.
Good.
We talked
Let
about
him do
flat
his
Earth.
thing.
Let's talk about the moon landing, because that's still space flight.
Oh, boy.
Do you
Yep,
guys
yep, yep.
do you guys truly and wholly believe, not Holy Spirit, but like holy, like
John
as
Glenn.
a whole, that what they say, what NASA says actually happened? Do you think that we've had all these NASA missions? Do you think we walked on the moon, et cetera, et cetera? What's your view, Blue?
I think,
Do you think there's a little bit of I don't know about that?
well, as you all know, or maybe don't know, The Shining, there's a conspiracy theory about The Shining. Stanley Kubrick apparently used a lot of NASA technical advisors for his film 2001: A Space Odyssey, and that was made before the actual moon landing in 1969. And there's a lot of people who speculate that Stanley Kubrick was actually involved
Yeah.
in staging the first moon landing, the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969. Because if you see 2001: A Space Odyssey, it looks very real. I don't know if all of you guys have
I've
seen
seen
that.
it. It's good.
I don't
haven't
know.
seen it in some time.
I don't know if the listeners have seen it, but it's very, very realistic.
So
And-
let me ask you. So
The conspiracy.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
So,
I mean,
so the conspiracy is that in The Shining, he was trying to convey to us
Yeah.
that he actually staged the moon landing, because the kid in the movie, Danny, is wearing a moon landing sweater, and he's trying to say in his own subtle, genius way, yes,
Subconsciously.
yes, I did actually stage the moon landing, and I actually agree with that. I totally buy into that conspiracy theory. Call me
So-
a fucking nutcase, but I do it.
so real quick, once again, Blue. So yes or no? Do you think any of the moon landings, or do you think any of the Apollo missions were faked? Yes or no?
yes.
No,
On to you, Mickey.
no, I totally disagree. Because what are these people see these shuttles actually launch?
Mm-hmm.
Where are they going? What are they doing for X amount of days, weeks, whatever, however long they're up there? Were they just kind of tooling around up in the air?
Actually, who saw them? Did you
The
see
pe-
them?
I
What-
did not.
which
but
people?
You're telling me that nobody saw.
They all
the-
probably work for NASA.
no, the family members and everything else.
Who?
Down in Cape Canaveral.
Do you know these people personally?
I do not.
You
but-
saw it on TV.
No, actually, I wasn't alive.
Well, neither was I.
So, to be honest, other than the '86 one that blew up, no, which I actually watched on TV.
Now that was real. That one.
But I mean, these people saw it. I mean,
Is there any video evidence?
That
No, that's the
Oh.
only evidence is video, TV, pictures.
So there-
you
there-
can
wait,
easily
when Neil
manipulate.
so you're
Armstrong-
telling me nobody can actually say, yes, I was actually there and I saw this rocket ship take off.
Yes, you can very easily manipulate video and everything like that.
Rocket
but
take
come
off,
on.
yes, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. That
No,
doesn't,
but where does it go then?
Do I believe?
what do you mean it doesn't? They can fly anywhere the fuck they want. I
Hold
mean,
on.
essentially. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what
Well,
your point is.
but
We
I
don't
mean,
we don't understand you.
No, there's been people up in space before.
Yeah, I believe that space. I believe.
Based on pictures.
Okay. So
What are you
in-
basing it on?
Yeah. So in your opinion,
You're
then,
basing
Blue-
on pictures.
What are you
So
not basing
where,
it on?
Where does this space shuttle actually go? You think
We
it
don't
just
we don't even know if it took off. It could have been staged.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It's
Listen,
No.
whoa! I'm sorry, Blue. You're totally. There's thousands of spectators watching about
that's what I'm
4
saying.
miles away.
You
can't
this
hire
giant
1,000
thing
people?
launching off, man.
Yes.
You can't hire 1,000 people.
No.
To watch
Fuck.
It?
No.
No,
Blue.
there's
No.
Channel 4, there's every single channel in the world. Back
The
then,
media is run by the
Okay,
government.
Hold on. In 1969, whenever Neil Armstrong fucking was being shot up there, whether he was actually in it or not,
Yeah.
He
there's no
wasn't.
doubt that
Every-
that shuttle did actually launch. I mean,
It went somewhere.
Exactly. It definitely.
Everything's a
So
conspiracy.
that's what I'm asking.
When you don't
where
believe
do you think
it.
this went?
Yeah,
Do you think
what
it
the
just
fuck,
like
man?
tooled around up in the air for a while and then?
I'm going to tell you right now.
I want to watch conspiracy
What,
theory with Mel Gibson.
Apollo 13. What do you think? They're just having some technical difficulties up there with the airplanes, and they're like, "Ah, fuck it.
Well, this
Let's
is-
just."
Didn't you
get out of
see
this."
a movie with Tom Hanks in 1995 and it's like, wow, that is almost realistic. They could have done that in real life and made it news.
They
Fake
have things-
news.
They have stuff on Earth here that's zero gravity.
I believe, without a
Yes.
doubt, there was definitely a shuttle that absolutely launched. Whether there's people in it, I don't know. I totally believe that we've had spacecraft back in the late 60s and early 70s that revolved or that went around the moon. But I personally don't believe that we landed. It is just way too difficult to actually do that back then. Let
Very
alone,
middle of the road there.
let alone, there's no possible way that we could have done it. We can't even do it now.
Now, one thing I do wonder.
We're going
about-
against the Soviets,
one
too.
Thing, one thing I
Right.
do wonder about is why we haven't done it since.
Exactly.
That's what I.
That's
don't
what
get.
I'm saying. That I
don't understand.
That's
Why-
exactly
Well, no,
what I was just trying
And
to
I
say.
understand, maybe people don't want to fund the trip or whatever.
Here's the thing. Everybody wants to go to Mars. Why not just go to the moon? Just be like, okay, it's only 250,000 miles away. The moon is okay.
Only.
Why not build something?
That's
on
only
it?
10 Earths away. If you perfectly, went around our globe and came back at the same point, it's only 25,000 miles away. So that's only 10 Earths away. Okay, Mars is 3 million miles away. So why not go to the moon and kind of test some shit out? Make sure everything's good to go before we
Right.
start testing
Yeah,
things.
right.
I agree.
But
I agree
there's
with
no
that.
talks about it at all. Only China's the only one that says we want to go to the moon for the first time for the human race.
Yeah.
You can look it up. They said for the first time we want the human race to go to the moon. China does not believe that
It's
we've
one
been
of
to
the
the
first
moon.
times I believe the Chinese.
Yes, and there's this one guy. He was the vice president of not vice president, but I don't know how to explain this. The vice president of NASA.
Okay.
I don't want to say vice president, but he's like the
Sounds good
guy
to me.
underneath the main guy. That said, we want to go back to the moon in 2021. And he's like, for the first time, we're actually going to walk. We're going to walk on the moon. We're going to actually grab real, moon rocks. We're going to grab real the artifacts, blah, blah. Wow. He was just like pretty much proved out in public that, we never actually walked on the moon. I believe that, we could have gotten a spaceship or a rocket around it and maybe take some photos,
You know how neat that would be? I mean, that would be awesome.
Yeah, of course it would. But I don't think there was no way back in 1969, there's no way that we could have fucking possibly done it. There's just no fucking way. Think about it.
And like I
the
said,
technology
with
back
the-
then was not even a Game Boy. It was an Atari, a Pong. And how the fuck could they have done that and actually it
Yeah.
be successful? There's just no way. We could. I guarantee you, if we went to the moon right now, in 10 years, or let's say 5 years, we try to build whatever rockets we could to try to go to the moon and do it 10 times in a row, I bet you there would be casualties out of those 10 fucking times. I mean, chances are. I just really think there would be.
Yeah.
I really do.
No, I agree.
I mean, the fact.
wholeheartedly agree.
Okay, so they went to the moon during the Apollo missions after 1969.
Well, look at how
five
many,
times.
Look
Five
how many
times.
missions failed, though.
Imagine, though, they went to the moon 5 times after that.
Yeah, how did that first mission work out? So you're telling me the very first mission
Apollo 9
was it just worked out perfectly. but
Apollo-
then
no, no.
later on, they can't even fucking take
Apollo
off like
9.
20 years later.
Apollo 9. Their job was to go to the moon and not land, but just to revolve around it and then come back, which they did 100% supposedly successful.
Was that with the monkey or John Glenn?
No, I don't know. This is Apollo 9.
I hear
Okay?
John Glenn fucked a monkey.
Apollo 10.
That's not true.
Apollo 10, their goal was to go back and revolve around it 3 times, which they did.
Mhm.
Apollo 11, which is, does anyone know Apollo 11?
No.
I know Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
Wasn't Apollo 11 the 69 one?
Apollo 11's where there was an emergency landing that they had to hurry up and like come back. They never landed. They were trying to reach the moon. They almost did, and they tried to revolve around it, and they were almost stuck in space forever. That's a fact. Apollo 12 never happened. It actually never happened. That's a fact. So Apollo 13, they finally make it to the moon. They finally supposedly land, and they finally get there, and they're doing all their, they're playing golf. They're in that fucking dune buggy looking thing. Everything looks fucking fine, and there's the flag that's kind of waving weird. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait,
That's
13?
not 13.
No, that's not
13's the movie.
13.
Your numbers are off, dude.
Is my numbers off?
Thir-
Is it
thir-
Apollo,
that's
is
not
it Apollo
13.
11?
13, they never got to.
Yeah, they never
13's
got
the
to the
Tom
moon.
Hanks movie.
That's right.
They ne-
11
They never
11
got
was
to the
the
moon
landing.
on 13.
God, your volume's so difficult.
Oh my! I'm just,
Sorry, no, go ahead. It's like
Stop beating the microphone.
no. It's either he's real quiet or he's like, bah, it's really hard to gauge.
okay.
It's okay.
In 13, they never got to the moon because there was complications. So
And we know this because the Ron Howard movie.
Apollo 11 is the
No, we know this
1969.
because it's a fact.
That's what it is.
and because of the Ron Howard movie. with
But
Tom
we
Hanks,
did
Gary
supposedly
Sinise.
go to the moon 5 times. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. I hope it's real. Wouldn't that be awesome if it was? I
well,
mean,
if it is real, what the hell have we gotten out of it? What the hell was the point? All those millions of dollars. What's we go to another
millions?
planet?
Dude,
Oh, don't even get me
in
started
today's
on that.
numbers.
Billions.
Yeah.
What?
People
No,
could have
just don't get me
retired.
started
earlier.
on money spent.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
Our
no,
government,
no.
don't
Believe
even
me.
get me started.
Well, obviously, we went to the moon because we want to prove to Russia, or we want to one up them.
We
and-
want to
and
get
wanna
them
be-
back, baby.
Well, we were afraid since they started building, they started getting nuclear weapons, and we wanted to, build the space war. I guess is what they called. Why?
Star Wars, Reagan.
Star
Yeah.
Wars.
That
Exactly,
didn't work
yeah.
out.
Star Wars, great movie. Just throwing that out.
But his
there.
thing's pretty interesting.
Which one?
Star Wars.
Reagan
The
wanted to
original?
build a moon base at one point. That is a fact. You can look that up. He wanted to build a
He also
moon.
had Reaganomics. That worked out really well.
He also had Alzheimer's.
Well, that's
Should-
pretty
I have a question. Should we go to a break?
No, well, I want to get to him because we already answered your thing. Do you think that any of the moon landings or any of the Apollo missions were faked? Candy.
Say yes. Say yes.
No.
Do you think any of it is not true?
Come
I mean,
on,
come on.
Candy.
I think some of it's true, but I really don't know enough to speak about it. I haven't really researched it, and I don't think it would be fair to me just to say, yeah, it happened, or yeah, it didn't happen. I can see why you guys are skeptical, but at the same time, I think it's possible. That's all I'm going to say.
A bunch of fucking liars.
Well, I just don't know, and neither do you guys. Nobody knows.
They're just trying to get money out of our pockets. That's all this taxpayer money.
No,
Yeah.
Don't even get in that.
I do agree with you, Blue. Like,
Same thing as
what's
staging a
the
war,
point?
to make more money.
Yeah,
Like-
how many wars have they staged?
You say, what's the point? Okay, I get it. What's the point? But the point is, it's awesome if you're able to do that and
Absolutely.
live through it.
Yes.
Why don't we solve other problems that are going to the moon? Do you have
Like
any idea
cancer or diseases.
how much poverty?
I think they
star-
are trying to solve
uh,
all that.
Oh,
No, that's
God.
not true.
They're taking.
Yeah, how
their
many
time.
only billions of dollars are being invested in trying to cure cancer when we could invest trillions of dollars as a globe, as a flat Earth?
We could all retire.
medical care, they just take advantage of everybody. Okay, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous what it costs.
So, one last thing I want to get to. Speaking of that, so scientific research, like the whole point of scientific research is to make life better, to make things better. But at the end of the day, if there's not money being backed up for the research, then nothing will happen. The problem is the people that are backing up this money, they want to profit. They want to get a return back in an investment. So that's never going to fucking happen. You know what I mean? Because people in order to have scientific research, right? In order for scientific research to work, you have to have hundreds of thousands of people collectively sharing ideas, sharing things that are true or not true, right? But it doesn't end up happening because people are too private. There's these private groups that are trying to research something, and maybe someone else, maybe Candy found out a better thing that works, or something that okay, this is a new idea, but you're not going to share it with me because you have other private investors that want money and not the people that want money from me. Does that make sense at all?
A little bit.
I think so.
All I'm saying is that scientific research is not universal enough. Like, I found out something, but I'm going to keep quiet until I have it 100% backed up, and I know that my investors are going to make money off of it once I have the 100% truth. But if I shared that instead of me in this small group, what if I shared that with hundreds of thousands of people, this idea that I found out was true, for the cure of cancer? other groups that are trying to find it, then it would be easier to try to find a cure for cancer. Does that make sense?
That's what's wrong with millennials.
Yeah, sure.
On that note, guys, we're going to go on a commercial break. We talked about Flat Earth. We talked about millennials. We're going to go to a small commercial break for about 10 minutes. Please chat and talk with us live. Going Dutch Radio Network. That's right, guys. Going Dutch Radio Network, Saturdays, 8 p.m. Central. All right, guys, we'll be right back. 10 minutes, then we're going to talk about religion. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Going Dutch Radio Network. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Heaven help me, I've got too much on my mind. With every step I take, I'm one step behind. And I can't wait forever to make things right. We're separated all day, distracted at night. And I'm guessing that you are feeling the same way. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. All my friends are into reliving the past, trying to return to times they've already had. But I am looking forward to something that's new, spending all my time just getting close to you. And I'm hoping that you are feeling the same way. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Heaven help me, I've got too much on my mind. Doing all I can, looking all the time. But the weight's so heavy, it's bringing me down. I need someone to come, get me off of the ground. And I'm hoping that you are feeling the same way. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Let's run the red light before it gets too late. Let's run the red light before it gets too late.
Guys, I just want to say that I was on YouTube a lot recently. I get on there all the time, and I listen to Michael Bolton. I listen to a lot of different bands, but I was scrolling down, and I typed in Dutch. I just was looking for the movie Dutch, and basically what happened was I saw Dutch Radio Network, which you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
I started watching it. I enjoyed what I saw, what I heard, and I said, hey, I have to follow these guys, and now I am on the show. I kid you not. Your dreams can come true, and you can be on Dutch Radio Network as a guest. You're not going to be a main star like us, but you can be a guest. That's one of the places you can go to watch Dutch Radio Network is on YouTube. I'm going to let this guy to the left of me tell you where else you can find Dutch Radio Network. Thank you.
I'll be honest, the first time I realized Going Dutch Radio Network was the best podcast, not only in St. Louis of motherfucking Missouri, but in the whole United States and the whole world. It just blew my mind. I mean, it just absolutely blew my mind. They have the best Facebook page ever. I mean, oh my God, I could just go on and on. You know, if you guys ever go on their website, goingdutchradionetwork.com, it is like the best fucking website ever. And I was once on the show, and oh my God, like, I almost passed out. Like, the camera's on me, and I was just feeling so good but nervous, and I was a little hard. But
It's okay. That's the way I felt the first time I was on the show.
Yeah.
Okay? But now I'm kind of a regular on the show, and I really enjoy it. A lot.
You guys are a bunch of Nancy fucking Pantsy boys. Let me tell you something. I listen to Golden Dutch Radio because I like their kind of talk. They talk straight and they talk forward, and that's why I listen to fucking Golden Dutch goddamn radio.
all right, guys, so look up Going Dutch Radio Network, like us on Facebook, and subscribe.
YouTube and Twitch.com.
Whatever they just said.
No, it's not gonna end this way. No, it's not gonna end this way. When I woke up, my first thought was, when could I go back to bed? Then I got up and looked at you and said, no, it's not gonna end this way. When I'm working and looking at my phone, people talking around me, I don't know. There's no meaning, it's all fake. Sitting in my car alone, I'm breaking. No, it's not gonna end this way. No, it's not gonna end this way. In it's not gonna end this way.
All right, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. That's right, guys. Going Dutch Radio Network. I am CJ, your host, and the crew with me today, to the right of me, if you're looking at the camera, it is Blue. How's it going, Blue?
Not bad. Feeling good.
All right.
Feeling pumped up for this.
Wow, good. All right, and to
Fucking
the
pumped. No. Seriously, I'm really pumped.
How could one man
All right, guys, and we are back. Going Dutch Radio Network. This is our third segment of the night.
I smell like a cigarette.
In our finale of the night. Going Dutch Radio Network. Podcast number 10, people, with our guest who just cracked open a Bud Select. His name is Mickey. Once again, Mickey, how's it going so far? How do you think it's going?
It's good times. Good times. I love chatting it up with you guys.
All right, just as a group, because the other two next to me, Blue and Candy, do you think we're going to have them on again, or it's up to us?
Well,
I don't know.
I was debating if I even wanted to bring this up before we get to our
There we
next
go.
topic, but Mickey, there's been shit coming out of your mouth all night long, and I really fucking hope you don't come back on this goddamn show.
I'll try not to.
No, I'm just kidding. I think you've been great. I think you've been talking a lot of interesting points, and we're looking forward to having you back next week.
No, I actually.
I feel the love. I feel the love. Thank you.
No, you really suck. Like, I don't really want you back.
Appreciate it, Blue.
Hopefully
Thank
they
you.
have him back on.
Well, yeah.
On that note, guys, we are back from break. Going Dutch Radio Network. Please chat with us. Call us by using the Facebook chat. Instead of typing and chatting with us, hit the little phone icon, and then you can voice call us, or you can have a live video chat with us. That'd be pretty cool. Dan, thank you for coming with us. He was bitching and explaining how the Earth is a globe and that it's not flat. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks
asshole.
Danny.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
Dan, the Pancake Man. So what is the next topic, Candy? I know this is one you want to hit hard. You want to pound it real hard.
Well, I think it's a very controversial topic, and it's religion. Religion. I know we're all going to have some different opinions on this, and I think Blue brought up something about the Pope mentioning something in the news the other day. So I think we should start with that and let him talk about what he wanted to talk about.
Okay,
So, Blue, what's the Pope news?
So the Pope apparently was talking to. He's an adult now, but when he was a kid, he was apparently molested by some priests, and the man is now a homosexual, and the Pope said to him allegedly, "God made you that way," which is weird because we were just talking about that last week as one of our topics. Is homosexuality something that you're inherently you are, or is it something that comes from your environment? So to look at it, for a Pope to say that is fucking insane.
Now, did he offend
because-
anyone?
Who?
The Pope.
Pope Francis?
Any
fucking-
Catholics? What?
I don't know what's going on with the Catholic Church, man.
He offended the other popes that were molesting the children.
Yeah, he well, there were 36 priests who actually resigned.
Wow.
Yeah, 36 priests.
So now they don't have to do little
Resigned.
children. Now they can have sex with fully adult women?
I mean, they can still find children to molest.
Now they can
I
go to
guess.
play school ground yards and
Yeah.
and take care of the children.
Yeah, they don't.
This
come
is
to-
controversial with these comments.
Um.
All right.
On that note, I want to play a little CNN clip that talks about the
Oh,
Pope.
this guy! I
Yeah,
fucking
this
hate
guy.
Wolf Blitzer. Okay,
All right,
go
let's
ahead.
listen to him. Let's see
He
what the
might be
fuck
a
he's got to
Jew.
say.
You're a Jew there, Blue. So you of course you're gonna hate Blitzer.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Says that when he told the Pope he was gay, the Pope responded, and I'm quoting now, "God made you like this, God loves you like this." For more, I'm joined by CNN's Vatican correspondent Delia Gallagher. Delia, what more do we know about this potentially very
She looks
extraordinary
constipated. Did you just eat a lemon?
conversation?
Can't believe this is breaking news, though.
Breaking news.
Well, Wolf, that's right. Juan Carlos Cruz met with Pope Francis at the end of April. He was invited to the Vatican by the Pope because he's a survivor of clerical sex abuse in Chile, and they were discussing that.
Is that a butt plug
And
that he's
in
holding?
the course of that conversation, Juan Carlos Cruz says When they talked about him being gay, the Pope told him it doesn't matter. God loves you like this.
Because the Pope's
God
gay.
made you like this. The Vatican this morning,
That's a big conspiracy.
Wolf says they don't comment normally
He's
on
looking at gay
the
porn in that
Pope's
picture.
private conversations, although it's notable
He
that
looks
they
very
didn't
unhappy in that
issue
picture
a
right there.
denial or a correction, which they sometimes do if they feel that the comments are very far afield from what the Pope might be thinking. But the point of
There's
the-
that butt plug
the
again,
whole
right up against his
discussion
forehead.
is
Take
that
it off.
if
There's
the Pope
feces
were
on
to
it.
say God created you like this, it's
Bit of a
going
red spot right in the middle of his
beyond what any
forehead.
Pope
Oh my God! All right, so what do you guys think about this video, or that clip, or what do you guys think about the Pope?
What you got, Blue?
Well, I think it's insane because we had Pope Benedict, what was it, like 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
Remember Pope Benedict? He was a dyed-in-the-wool Pope. He was conservative as fuck. He was, anti-abortion, anti-gay marriage, all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, he retires. He can't perform the duties of a pope, which Pope John Paul, by the way, was practically dead, and he was still the fucking pope. I mean, he held on till he couldn't even stand up straight.
He poped it all the way.
He had to have people help him up, like to fucking prop him up while he was sitting in a fucking chair.
So did Ronald Reagan.
You want my opinion?
So
No, not
so you have Pope Benedict, who they said was unfit to be the Pope after Pope John Paul II,
Yeah.
who clearly was not fit to be Pope, but he stayed on. And then they replaced him with Francis, who is so far left of center, which I'm happy about because I'm not Catholic. And I think they're just trying to get more and more people to join. So they felt like, hey, we got to mix it up. We got to put this Pope Francis in because he is crazy. He is all about being inclusive. He wants to, get gay people in, liberals in, all those people. He wants them to join the church because they need fucking money. And that's why they did it. And it's bullshit. The only true Christians out there, ladies and gentlemen, are the Lutherans like myself. Go ahead.
Whoa! What?
Is that a Lutheran Jew?
Yes.
How does that work?
It is.
It's a luge.
Jesus
A
was
luge.
a Lutheran.
Kind of like a
I don't think
splooge.
it's BS at all.
Let's hear your side, Ganny.
Well, I don't even think it should be in the news because I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I see the Pope as being accepting
Yeah.
of homosexuals, and I think as a religious figure in the public eye, you need to be accepting to all kinds of people because that's what a man of God is supposed to be like.
You got to follow the rules. There's rules in the Catholic Church. He allegedly told somebody, you don't have to believe in God to go to heaven. You don't have to believe in God to go to heaven. Isn't that what the entire existence of the Catholic Church is about?
I thought the Catholic opinion was basically as long as you believe God or Jesus was your savior, then you would go to heaven.
Well, if you don't believe in God, you don't believe in Jesus either.
Not necessarily.
Well,
No. That
Well,
first
Jesus
of all,
is the
that's
Son
not
of
true
God.
because there's a lot of. I believe in Christ, okay, but to a lot of different organized religions, there's a lot of different gods like Allah and all other types of gods out there that people don't associate Jesus Christ with.
Ra, the sun god.
Is that really what it is? Rach.
bunch
awesome.
of weirdos believe in that shit. But yeah, I just don't know what's going on with the Catholic Church. But like I said, I'm happy that he's, putting a match to the dynamite and blowing the shit out of the thing because the Catholic Church has completely bastardized Christianity ever since its inception.
Here's the deal. Why do people in the religious world, like people in the organized religions, all different faiths, have to make someone feel bad, though, for them being themselves?
Because that's what it's about.
What do
That's
you
the
mean?
problem, Blue. What are you talking about?
This is this has millennial written all over it. We're supposed to
There you go.
we're supposed to accept everybody, no matter what they do, no matter what they think.
Mhm.
No, that's not how society works. You got to act a certain way if you're going to be accepted. And
What certain way is that?
Otherwise, it's wrong. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that Catholicism, the Catholic Church, has very strict rules. If you're going to be a member, if you're going to be accepted, you have to follow these rules. And Pope Francis is blowing that up.
No.
Wait, real quick. I want to break this up. Can you hear me? Is anyone there? Hello. Apparently, somebody is calling us right now, or at least they're attempting to. I don't want to hear any audio. Is anyone there? Hello.
I guess not.
Cody, your phone is not working.
Oh! I heard something. Is anyone there? If you can hear me, blink twice. Hold on, people. Hold on. There is a call in. His name is Dan, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me try to get this. Come on.
That's a horrible name.
Hold on. We're gonna get back.
I'm
with
just
him.
kidding, Dan.
All right, go on, Blue, until we contact him. What's going on?
Well, I think you guys kind of know my stance at this point. Does anybody else
No,
disagree with me?
How many Catholics do you know act like they're holier than thou in church and then get outside of church and do whatever the hell they want?
Well, I think they drink in church.
Well, I get that. I mean,
I grew up
doing
Catholic.
the communion and all that and stuff like that. I get that, but what I don't get about the whole Catholic religion, and this pretty much goes for all religions, is that you are allowed to basically do whatever you want as long as you quote unquote repent for your sins. So you can go ahead and kill somebody. You can go ahead and be a complete jack off to everybody in the world, but as long as you say I'm sorry at the end of the day, all is forgiven.
You're talking about the Catholic Church. That's what they believe in.
That's what it makes no sense.
Like the Baptists, people who are not Catholics, who are Christian, don't believe that you can just go to a priest and he says, I absolve you.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you got to be on your best fucking behavior.
I was
with the other
Catholic for
denominations.
19 years, and then I joined the Christian church,
Right.
non-denominational Christian. I was rebaptized. And I noticed that a lot of the problems that non-denominational Christians had, well, first of all, was baby baptism. Like, should your infant be baptized as a baby, or should you let him grow and
make that choice for themselves?
Make the choice for himself. I don't think it matters. I really don't. But at the same time, I don't really believe in any kind of organized religion because, like you said, Mickey, I think a lot of them use it as a justification in church to treat people the way they want to, and then when they're out of church, they do whatever the hell they want to do, say whatever they want to do.
Emphasis on hell.
So speaking of baptisms, there's one thing I want to bring up. And Blue, you were baptized twice, right?
I was. I'm one of the few people going to heaven, by the way.
So Blue, once as a, what were you baptized as the first time?
Lutheran, probably.
Yeah, Lutheran.
Okay.
My parents were Lutheran.
So the second time Blue was baptized, we're getting...
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Where's the ring-a-ding-ding coming from? Oh, God. Here he is.
Oh, my God, it's the first call.
All right. Caller, you are live. You there? Is anyone there?
Crickets.
I hear
crickets.
Dan, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi, Dan. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
We're doing pretty good. You're live. Going Dutch Radio Network. What's your take?
A hush falls over the crowd.
Dan.
This is the worst call-in ever.
Dan, you there?
He's pissed.
He's so mad he can't even talk to us. Dan, if you can hear me, speak.
Come on, Dan.
I feel like this is almost like a seance or something. Please, something happen.
Dan.
Hey, Dan, take your finger out of your ass and talk to us.
Whoa. Dan, you there?
I heard a dog, I believe.
Yeah.
Is he here? Jesus.
Dan, you there? Is anyone there?
We lost him.
Oh, damn it.
We got to fix this.
Dan. All right, guys. So we had our first call in. That was a complete fail. Right now, he might be able to listen to us, but we can't hear him. So let's go on with what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about Blue getting baptized.
Yes.
Baptized.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
so
baptized twice.
Blue got baptized the second time. Ironically, this is not a fucking joke, people. I swear on God, this is true. Candy baptized fucking Blue.
Yes, he did.
Candy
I did.
baptized Blue.
He did.
Please tell the story. I don't know who wants to narrate it, but
I'll do it.
please just give me a very descriptive story of what the fuck happened.
Candy, did you give Blue a swirly? Is that what happened?
No. I was in the church for a while. We'll
had a
get to
phone-
that in a minute.
Keep on talking until we...
No, basically, I baptized Blue. We were... I hear birds. Well, hold that thought for a minute.
Dan, you there?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, we
can you
can
hear
hear you.
me?
Yeah.
All right, Dan. So you can hear me. So what's your take? Why are you calling in, Dan?
Because I have a debate about the Earth being round.
Oh, he wants to backtrack. Okay, look, let's stop what we're doing. What do you think, Dan? What's going on in your mind?
If you're sitting on a beach and a boat takes off from the beach and goes out, I think it's like 8 miles, it disappears.
Have you
Why
ever?
is that if the Earth was flat?
That kind of gets into my theory
I don't
earlier.
care if you have binoculars, telescope, or anything, that boat is gone.
Okay.
That's because it hit the crest and it went down. Because it's round.
I'm going to leave this for CJ because I believe I know the Earth is round, so I'm agreeing with Dan here.
Okay, so Dan, you think
the first
that
time.
so Dan, you think that the Earth must
That's right.
be round because after 8 miles you can't see the boat anymore because of the curvature of the Earth. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like 8 or 11 or something like that.
Okay. Well, there's going to be
I'm
a.
just an HVAC guy.
So I'm actually going to zoom in on something. And then you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." Hold on.
Does this guy work for NASA?
No, the guy doesn't work for NASA. But Dan, thank you.
Are you setting this up?
Thank you for being our first call.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
I know.
feel privileged.
Do you really?
Kinda, yeah.
He's actually regretting this right now. He's like, Jesus, what
My
the hell did I
phone
get
died.
myself
I'm
into?
sitting by a charger.
Okay, so Dan, I want you to, if you can watch our live feed, I'm gonna play
I
this
can't
video.
while I'm on the phone.
Well, it's okay. Okay, but we're gonna metaphorically and
He's getting like pissed off at you over there.
hold on. So right now I'm playing a video, Dan, of a boat that is zooming in, and right now you cannot see the boat because it's over the curvature of the Earth. But the camera keeps on zooming in, and boom, there it is. Is that
I
interesting?
saw the video that you played earlier.
Yeah. Is that not interesting? The boat was not in view. Now he zoomed in, and now you can see the boat perfectly. That's pretty interesting. Pretty fucking.
Bullshit.
And how far was that?
I don't fucking know. I'm just playing a goddamn random video. It might be 20 feet away.
Well, that certainly proves your point.
Thank you.
That's Photoshop.
Well,
It's Photoshop. There you go. The damn millennials did it again.
apparently. So Dan, what's your?
Sitting in front of their damn computers. That's all they do.
So Dan, thank you for calling in this Going Dutch Radio Network. We appreciate you calling. There's one thing we want to ask, and there's one thing we're talking about is religion. Are you religious, Dan?
A little bit.
Are you? What do you believe?
I believe there's a God
Yeah.
and Jesus.
Do you know that there's crickets that are like in the background of your phone?
It's like Wild Kingdom over there.
Or is that you making that noise?
I'm outside.
He's rubbing his legs together.
Ooh, that's hot. All right, Dan. Well, on that note, do you have any last final thoughts before we let you go?
Not a thought, but I have a suggestion.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Here we go. What's that,
For
Dan?
your show.
Yeah. What's that?
Quit taking so many goddamn breaks.
Oh,
really?
They're boring as hell.
Yeah, that is right.
I told you.
almost hung
I
up.
fucking
I
told
almost
you.
hung up.
Thanks, Mickey.
Yeah.
Tiny tank.
I do agree
You
with
don't
that.
need no goddamn break. You got beer down there. You
Yeah.
guys are good.
Yeah.
You don't need no break.
So, Dan, do you think that we need diapers in order to?
Diapers might help.
Yeah. What do you think, Dan?
That's all I gotta
Depends. We could use them as a sponsor. Depends. There it is.
You ain't got no sponsors.
Yet.
We could use Depends as a sponsor.
If you hear commercials, that's a little different story. But you know.
There was commercials. I'm not trying to be defensive, but there was commercials. All right, guys.
I feel the hate. The
I know.
hate coming through the phone.
There is a lot of hate.
I will continue to watch the rest of the show.
Thank you, Dan. We appreciate it.
that. Thank you.
All right, guys. That was Dan.
Dan, you have yourself a good night.
Thanks, Dan. Have a good night, buddy.
Thanks, Dan. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching this Going Dutch Radio Network. You can watch us live every single Saturday night at 8 p.m. Yes, we do take a couple breaks because we have to. We have to take a couple breaks.
I think we should stick with the one
I
break.
think we should put a urinal right
The
over
one
here.
break.
We'd be fine.
Those 2 breaks were way too much.
They were.
Yeah.
It's
So I'm
not
going to
as-
get back on topic.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back
Put
on
a can
topic.
over here or something like that.
Let's hear it.
So anyway, you want to know how I baptized Blue over here? Well, I was
Golden shower.
Wait, real quick. Okay, once again, we're talking about religion, and we're talking about how Candy, this is not a joke, Candy baptized Blue over here. So, Candy, tell the story.
okay. So the church I was in did not believe in child baptism, Catholicism, in any other religion, when you were baptized as a baby, they believe you need to do it on your own accord and want to do it, even though it feels like you're being forced sometimes. So I was baptized by one of my good friends' father, which I don't regret up to this day. I don't regret
Is that
it.
like the Pope was actually?
No.
Okay.
So Blue over here was dating a Muslim at the time, and we were doing Bible studies, and it was kind of interesting because I talked him into doing it, and basically, Muslims believe in Allah, we believe in Christ. So we were doing some Bible studies for about a month every week with my good friend's dad, and basically he said, "What are you waiting for, Blue?" Blue looked up and said, "What are you trying to say? I'm asking you to make a commitment to the Lord." That wasn't me. That was my good friend's father. And then he said, "Yeah, let's do it." And I said, "I'll go ahead and baptize you." So there I am. Do you take the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? I dunked him under the water. His feet went flying up. But I did baptize Blue.
Does that count?
It does count.
Does it counts?
If you're
you had the power of Christ in you at that moment.
Because he's a male, yes.
No. If you're a Christian, if you're a believer in God in that religion, then you can baptize
Anybody. Interesting.
But I did notice that when an old friend of mine wanted to baptize her mother, a lot of members kind of looked down on it because they believed that only men should be doing the baptisms.
That's pretty interesting.
So this was a long time ago.
So it's a sexist religion.
I don't know. I mean, but I was just like, why are these people getting upset? And these were women getting upset when they were watching the baptism. I thought it was great, But at the same time, they believed that men should be the only ones
Well, I mean,
baptizing.
people want to keep, their religions,
traditions.
Yeah, because that's what it is. It's something that's handed down generation after generation. But people want to fuck with it.
And that's fine.
People want to fuck with it.
That's fine unless you're making other people feel bad for wanting to be who they are. Shut the hell up.
Well, then quit the religion. Don't go to the religion.
So wait,
And I did.
Are you guys trying to say that organized religion is wrong or
no?
not a good thing, or what's up?
I think it's very healthy.
I think it's misused. How about that?
I don't think it's wrong.
misused.
I just don't see the point. I don't.
I do. I see the point in terms of a community and stuff like that. I totally see the point. Do I believe, as in everything as a society, that we misuse things? Yes.
Why can't you just go to a location instead of it being a church and just worship with people and not call it a religion? Because that's what I used to do.
They do, but so they do that as their full-time job. So who's actually going to actually take the initiative in their spare time to actually do this?
Yeah, I just have a problem with it. I just like small group worships. I mean, like all four of us are sitting here.
That just sounded crazy. Go on.
Well, I mean, it's like all four of us sitting here. If we're religious, why can't we just talk about God and each other's problems and pray at the end of the day and have that be our church?
Because
why do we have to go to a big mountain of a church? And
well, once again, that gets into people misusing their power.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of organized religion and the way that Candy just explained it, it's the same thing as like, why do we want a bunch of followers? Because we want a lot of people to watch us and like us. Kind of like organized religion. It starts with a few people, and it keeps on growing.
Oh.
I feel like
I never said.
I'm not saying Going Dutch Radio is a network is a religion. I hope it is.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people doing that. I don't believe in it.
I think that's how religion starts. Is that it starts as a concept from conception, and then it grows and it grows, and then it ends up being too big, and then there's a lot of bad things that happen. There's a lot of shitty things that happen because of it from people. Not saying it okay, like Catholic. Like, it's so interesting if you think about it. Like, all the bad things, good things about it, and there's a lot of corruption. Don't tell me there isn't. A lot of money, corruption.
In the Catholic Church, absolutely.
Well, no, that's every religion. You can't even just say Catholic Church. That's every religion.
Yeah,
every religion.
Definitely the Catholic Church.
Organized religion.
But I bet you,
Especially the Catholic
I bet
Church.
you, like statistically speaking, percentage-wise, I bet you, the less amount of people are in a religious group, the less amount of, corruption there is. I'm sure it grows with how anything else grows.
I think
I don't know.
I think people who aren't actively involved in religion, they find another way to find an organization which, well, like liberals today.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Their religion now is political correctness and environmentalism and all these things that they adhere to 110%. Climate change, things like that.
Okay.
That's what their religion is. They believe in everything from A to Z, but they at the same time attack religious people as doing the same thing, as blindly following a whole list of things which they are, devout to. They are devotees to this list of rules and things of that nature, whereas the left are doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, everybody's right. Nobody's ever wrong.
Yeah, about everything.
Every side.
Yeah, exactly.
And they use their religion as a justification.
That's because a lot of people are just narrow-minded as a whole.
Well, no, but the religions, especially organized religions, I mean, I'm not saying they're all bad, but they're using their religion as a justification to treat people like crap and say whatever the hell they want to say.
That works for both sides too, though. That also works for the quote unquote non-believers.
True.
They'll view the believers as, oh, you're terrible. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, true. But at the same time, a lot of that comes as a result of the organized religions starting that judgment bullshit. And then they're like, well, who the hell are you? Well, my religion says this, so it's okay if I make you feel like shit. No, it's not okay.
So ultimately, what does everybody here think religion comes down to? Do you believe it comes down to believing in an all-powerful God? Or do you believe it comes down to
good set of moral beliefs if it's done the right
moral
way?
Beliefs.
If it's done the right way.
So everybody believe, but does everybody else here believe that?
No,
that it comes down to moral beliefs in terms of how you treat people?
Yes.
Or do you think it's, at the end of the day, do you believe in Jesus Christ as your Savior?
I believe that religion was created for moral values because back thousands upon thousands of years ago, back when human civilization had to ward off wild giant animals and whatever, at the end of the day, it's something that made them feel better at night and to hopefully survive for the next day, and to come together as a community and agree on something. I mean, that feels like does that not make sense? I mean,
no, it totally does.
That's why it feels like
scientifically makes sense, but
that's why
not really.
Personally, I feel like the smarter and the more advanced humans have become, the less religion. The less amount of religious people there are. I feel like 100 years from now, if I had a bet, I bet you the amount of churches in the United States or in the world will be, 10% of all the churches that are open now will be closed 100 years from now.
Because everybody thinks science has all the answers and it doesn't. Everybody is
Everybody
is pushing their chips on science and technology, and it's going to lead us down a very horrible, painful path.
I don't believe so. I think it's going to enlighten us. If you think religion
was bad, enlighten us to what? We're already talking about millennials. They can't even talk on the...
Not doing well. The same people did that. Our great-grandparents did that to the great-grandparents. Our grandparents did that to their fucking children. Back in the 40s, imagine them, like, the cookie-cutter housewife back in the 50s. Everything was perfect. They fucking beat their wives every single night, after the war and everything. But at the end of the day, everything had to be perfect.
How much? In their place.
How much did those? How much did those? Listen, how much did those parents back in the 50s and 60s hated that all their kids were fucking smoking weed constantly every single day? Imagine how fucking crazy. And
parents
that
don't care
today.
That's
a whole nother thing, though. This is off top.
All I'm trying to say is
that kind of thinking is what's leading to the bad parenting today. They're like, well, I can't tell them not to do that because then I'm the person from the 50s and 60s.
All I'm trying to say is
that it's a hypocritical opinion, is what it is.
All I'm trying to say is looking into the future, looking into the next set of people that are hopefully are going to be the future of us. We always are going to be pessimistic, and we're always going to argue and complain that they're not the same.
Well, as long as we continue to reproduce it, I guess it doesn't fucking matter.
Let Mickey say what he was going to say.
I don't even remember what I was going to say, honestly, to tell you the truth.
You said you were way off topic, and then you were going to say something.
Oh gosh, let's just move on. Maybe it'll come back to me.
He was going to talk about dick pics, but I don't think that's...
I've got plenty of those. I might show those on the next show.
Yeah, well, too bad we won't be able to fucking see anything.
Well, actually, they're of yours, so yeah, I guess we won't.
Oh,
hey,
you're right about that.
On that note, guys. All right.
So we're just talking about religion.
Really weird.
we're still talking about religion here, and no one has. We need to do a table discussion here. I think we already did this a couple.
You mean
shows
like a
ago.
circle jerk?
Yeah. Who here believes in God and doesn't believe in God?
I believe in God.
I don't
believe in
believe
God.
And Christ.
I believe in God.
CJ.
I believe in God.
You believe in God?
Mickey believes in God. Candy believes in God.
A God. A God.
CJ, I don't believe in a God that's watching over us, because if he was watching over us, then there wouldn't be the most horrible things that would happen on Earth.
Yeah, you know, that's
free will, though.
That's everyone's
scapegoat. That's not scapegoat.
It's not.
I consider that
Well,
part
no.
of life, honestly.
Well, no, but isn't
Being
that,
murdered is bad.
Isn't
but
that
dying's so much better.
Isn't that kind of your argument, though, that the
Dying
fact
can
that
be a
these
blessing
people
sometime.
die, you know, kids die, that,
That gets into
that
the
this
free
is
will,
a
though.
terrible thing?
Okay, so
That's why
maybe it's a
I
good
bring-
thing. I don't
That's
know.
why I bring up about the God hands-off God is. In my opinion, I think death is part of life.
I
and
don't
how
want to believe in a God that thinks it's a fucking game. I don't want to be a part of that God.
It's not a game.
Yes, it is.
No,
Free
it's
will.
totally not a-
Let the worst things happen to these people. Let them feel the most excruciating thing that they've ever been able to witness.
Here's-
Whether there's something better
Here's
out
a
there or
thought
not.
for you.
This sounds personal.
Here's a thought for you, though.
It is.
So a lot of people believe in heaven and hell and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here's the thought for you. This might blow your fucking mind. Maybe this is hell.
Hell on earth.
Hell, there it is.
And then when you die, it's
Maybe
heaven.
this is hell.
It's not that bad.
Think about it. All the struggles people go through and stuff like that. Maybe this is hell.
I've heard that scenario before. Like in the Bible, I'm not for sure, so don't quote me on this. I think there's a part that says there's hell on earth, and then when you die, that's heaven.
Hell on earth is the rapture, isn't it? The tribulation.
Well, no. We're not
Something
talking
like
about
that.
what's in the Bible. They're just saying like they're theorizing what might actually be. They're not just saying what's in the Bible is right. They're just saying
Tribulation
what
is in
if.
the Bible. It's where the rapture happens, and if you two were going to hell, you would see me. If Cody and I were going to heaven right away.
You guys would be like
our clothes would
going
disappear,
up above us.
our bodies would vanish,
Your clothes is because be naked in heaven.
and then you guys would have 7 years of a tribulation, hell on earth, to repent
Yes.
for your crimes.
that's
and then,
such bullshit.
That's right.
My God, there's gonna be like
Well, then
blood, raining blood.
Well, I mean, you're getting into further religions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Buddhism and stuff like that. They believe in the
Reincarnation.
So if you actually are a good human being or whatever, you come back as a, it's ultimately comes down to you don't want to come back. But if you're a
right.
terrible person, you might come back as a fucking bug or something.
I'm optimistic when I say
be less hard.
when we die, I think we rot on the ground and that's
get a
it.
lot of fucking stress.
I'm
Really?
optimistic. Even people are like, well, isn't that pessimistic? Well, no. I
Well,
mean,
hold on.
that's the.
Rot in the ground. Some people get cremated too.
So you don't. So what, do you believe? Okay, do you believe in a soul then?
No.
You don't believe in a soul.
How do you have
believe in,
dreams?
Do you believe in an energy power that's actually running your body then?
What do you mean, like energy?
Well,
Like, what do you
obviously-
mean, like electrons and shit?
like electrical current
yeah, I mean,
making your body function.
my body is made up of mainly just meat, and there's flowing electrons.
Okay,
and
but electricity just doesn't disappear, right? Electricity does not disappear.
well,
So where does it go?
the energy might go into the ground that might help build some plants and trees like 2,000 years from now.
The bottom line is none of us
I don't
know.
understand
That's
you're
almost
saying.
as ridiculous as religion.
Well, no. You're trying to say like my body's going to decompose and turn into fertilizer for something else to grow. Yeah, I guess technically, but I don't think we're
I'm
reincarnated.
talking brainwaves. I'm talking.
They
brainwaves.
die. Yeah, I think they die after 2 hours.
So-
After 2
so-
hours or so,
so
there's
you're-
nothing.
So the electricity running your brain just disappears then.
Electricity does dissipate along with magnetism, and then it dissipates, and then that's it. What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm just saying I don't think it necessarily dissipates.
What do you think it
That's what I'm
does? It just
It
floats
continues on.
to
I
what?
think.
Based on what evidence?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Nobody knows.
Based on opinion.
Well, and
we're
and
talking religion.
this
here. I mean,
is
based
no,
on
no, no.
opinion.
This is
Whoa, no.
This is what
wait.
kills me. This is what kills me is that is that the scientists are all like, oh, religion's bullshit. But hey, the Big Bang Theory, that's how everything was fucking created. All of a sudden, there's a huge explosion, and all these planets just came out of somebody's asshole. That's the explanation. Have a good night, folks. Because every other religion that actually has a narrative, a set of historical incidences that explain that goes a hell of a lot further in explaining how we came to existence than the Big Bang Theory. And all these scientists, they're so fucking smug about what they believe
So
in.
first off, science is based off of human observation, whether it's using
How
instruments
was-
or not.
how
So
was-
don't
how-
tell me that.
How was the Big Bang Theory observed? Who observed the Big Bang Theory?
So-
and how do they prove it?
Since light is only as fast as light, which is 3 million miles per second, so that's a billion miles away whenever the inflation happened or Big Bang happened. So when we're looking out into space, really far away, it's looking into the past. Now, when made-up kings and whatnot wrote about the Bible and Jesus being resurrected, and that all of a sudden Jesus just popped up and then he was crucified, but Moses part of the ways and shit. That's just people. That's just hearsay. Right now, science is based off of human observation. So don't argue with me.
Wait, human observation of what?
I thought they
Of
actually
anything.
came up with.
What did they observe? Did they observe the explosion of planets that came out of nowhere?
I thought they actually did a test
Or-
on how the actual
What
parting
these
of the Red
fucking
Sea actually
tests?
could have happened.
Other part of what? Sorry.
What did they have a board game out or something?
No, board game. It's
Come on.
Monopoly. So roll some dice and maybe you'll get lucky.
I mean, seriously,
Don't hit Boardwalk.
That's the Big Bang Theory.
Don't go to jail.
No, I actually
Who
thought.
invented board games?
Jesus, that's a good idea.
The Monopoly guy.
Some rich white guy.
Yeah,
Probably rich white.
What's
guy.
wrong with white guys?
Bottom
who are
line
rich?
is nobody knows what happens when you die. It's all speculation, all theory.
But you hear stories. I mean, so is that basically people's
Based-
brains just dying?
Based off of human observation and science, we die. That's it. Do you think that dogs have a soul? Do you think dogs go to heaven?
Yes.
Or
They
do
made
you
a movie
think
about
animals
that.
don't
They made
count?
all dogs go to heaven.
Have you ever
Yes.
seen that?
How about bugs? Do you think they
All
get to go
dogs
to
go
heaven with us?
No.
Or only humans?
Humans.
Why? Why humans and not dogs?
Maybe
Because
it's
we're
reincarnation.
awesome.
That's why. That's bullshit.
Maybe
That's
there's
the worst excuse I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, but
It's into the Buddhism. Maybe,
who?
maybe
But
it's reincarnation.
which scientists observed us dying and not having a
The smartest
losing
people-
consciousness?
CJ.
The
Okay,
smartest
I'm gonna-
people-
I'm gonna
it's-
answer your question.
the
Did they
smartest pe-
die, and did they
the-
tell us what happens after we die?
No, we are not able to really observe what happens after we die.
Precisely.
Other than everything just kind of goes flatline.
The argument is moot.
Because
Exactly. So chances are it's moot or whatever you
CJ.
just said.
Well,
Mute.
that's
Nothing.
That's why this attack on religious people as being a bunch of fucking idiots.
It's not an attack.
Is
There's
is
no attack at
completely
all.
stupid.
I never
There's no
said
attack.
they were a bunch of idiots. I said I didn't believe in organized
No,
religion.
I'm not talking about us
The
here.
smartest
I'm talking
people,
about scientists.
the smartest people in the world right now are trying to investigate, not just scientifically, but in other fields too. But scientifically, the smartest people out there are trying to gauge and understand what the fuck is going on all around us, and they're trying to tell us and interpret what they think is happening.
They've been
Now,
doing that for a long time.
Whether you think that's wrong, that's cool. But at least they have a little bit of evidence. Religion, in general, God, there's zero evidence. 100%, unless you believe in magic. Argue with me with that.
Well-
I will argue with you a little bit.
Well, we
because
need to get into
it's
specifics here. I mean-
because still everything is.
You can't blame
still-
everything with
Speculation.
No, everything is a theory. Everything. Everything.
But if I went
These
by
scientists cannot prove that God does not exist.
exactly, but I can't prove that there's not a leprechaun in the corner of the room right now.
Well, there's not.
Prove it.
I don't see it.
I see
Exactly,
what
but maybe God's right there.
I don't see it. I can't prove to you.
Exactly. So why do you think there's a God out there?
It's a faith thing. And
Exactly.
I believe.
Exactly.
I believe there is a creator, and
That's what I'm
that
trying to say.
when you die, your soul goes someplace else. I can't prove to you that he exists, but I can't prove to you that he doesn't.
Here's the
You
thing.
can't prove that
I
he
like to
doesn't.
go by just evidence of what we've been able to prove.
What
now,
evidence
here's the
do
thing.
scientists have?
but it's constantly changing.
I'm not saying there isn't a God,
Constantly
but
changing.
let's go by what we do know. Let's go by what we do know and what we can tell.
They don't know.
We
though.
don't
But
know
they don't
anything.
know that there isn't something. They don't know that there is a God, but they know that there isn't one as of right now because they haven't been able to prove that there's anything else, right?
So some guy who went to Cornell who's in a fucking white jacket is going to tell you more about our existence than thousands of years of people of recurring generations who have found this story of God and Christ to be
Have you heard all the
inspiring
corrupt
and
stories?
make sense.
Have you heard all the corrupt stories that are in the Bible?
Have you heard of the corrupt
how
stories
you
of
should
research actually being manipulated by scientists?
Absolutely, I do. But
yeah,
what-
there's
what-
quite a bit of it there.
But
nobody
collectively,
talks about
but
that.
collectively as a group, this day and age and how science works, luckily that there's a lot of, I don't know what the word is, third-party science out there that tries to explain things, and there's enough smart people out there that are able to explain exactly what's going on or what they
Smart
think's
for
going
now.
on. Not saying that it's proof, and yes, it's still a theory, but at least they're theorizing what could be actually happening and what's going on, and not something that no one's been able to prove any little bit of the Bible. There's nothing that you can prove.
These theories are based upon what this guy said. This guy. So
Do you-
you're,
wait,
so,
do-
so
do-
you're gonna take 15 different, researches.
Do you believe that the
and you're
ark
gonna
had
say every
every
one of them is completely perfect?
Do you believe
to
that
arrive to your conclusion?
Do you believe that the ark had every single animal and creature on Earth, one male, one female, and house it in a fucking boat that would have to be the size of, I mean, literally New Jersey?
Obviously,
in order
there
to fit all
was a little bit of exaggeration.
Oh, a little bit.
A little bit of exaggeration.
How about you don't? Let's not talk about the Bible. Let's just talk about
Religion.
Let's talk about what we believe.
I don't believe in religion, but people started arguing with me, so I had to rebuttal.
No. I
And
believe.
I
believe.
like it. I
believe
it.
there's a God and there's something after death.
I don't.
believe in organized religion. That's my stance on it. We know what CJ's stance is on it.
I believe in nothing. Nothing
No,
at all.
you believe in science like all
here's
these
the
other
thing.
people do.
Let me just say one more thing.
So,
I promise
well-
anybody else can continue. I wish that there was a God, and I hope
There is.
that there is, but I know
You better not.
that
You don't
there's
believe
not.
in them.
You don't
So-
know that.
So what do you believe?
You don't know
created
that.
Everything?
You don't know that there's not a God.
I don't know.
The Big Bang Theory.
No, you can't go. You have to go beyond that though.
I don't. I believe that I believe the Big Bang started from nothing, because as far as quantum mechanics goes, they have
Big Bang upstairs.
they have proved through a theory that something can come from absolutely nothing, zero.
How do
Something
they prove
can come
that?
from nothing.
Did
That
they
sounds interesting.
did
It
they
is.
witness that? Is there any empirical evidence of that having occurred? Or did they just sit in a basement, a bunch of guys,
Hey,
graduates
hey.
from Cornell,
That's not.
who who said,
not us.
Let me see. It looks like what happened instead of there being a god. That's such a ridiculous
Science is based
proposition.
off of
It's
using evidence
supposed to be-
and then trying to explain it.
It
There's
used
no
to be-
evidence
it used
of
to be
any
based on
religious
that.
shit at all.
It used to be based on that, but now it's based
Jesus,
on all these theories.
I believe in Jesus
These
was
theories
alive.
don't hold any fucking water.
I believe Jesus was crucified. Do I believe he was magic and he turned water into wine?
I don't know.
Fuck no, I don't believe that shit.
Okay,
Bullshit.
that's so easy because everybody says that now. Everybody's on that fucking bandwagon because it's so
what-
easy to
okay,
attack
okay,
religion.
Let me ask him this. So, what is your? Why was the story created? What is your opinion as to why somebody would go out of their way and make that story?
Moral values.
Just moral values. That's it.
Yeah.
So he made wine out of water for a moral value.
Okay, here's the thing. So you have to make a story pretty good in order for people to rate it, right?
So they just kept expanding it.
You have to make a story good in order for people to read it. Does that make sense or not?
I got it. Yeah.
It's
I
not
got
the
it.
best story. I'm going to be honest with you. It's,
It's
kind
not.
of boring.
No,
Definitely not. It's starting to get worse and worse as we start.
Yeah, it gets very boring.
as we start to get smarter.
If it was a screenplay, it would not be. Harvey Weinstein would not be accepting it.
And next week we're going to read every page of the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
But yeah, that's the reason why the story is the way that it is, to understand
Think
and
of the
metaphorically understand and to explain how moral values should work and how we should be. But at the same time, you have to make it sound really good. Otherwise, people don't like to read stories that are really boring
It sounds God inspired because who before that ever thought that the
Do you think-
who would have thought the protagonist of that story would be killed and humiliated?
Do you know that multiple parts
like
of the
he was
Bible, there's certain
nothing?
like kings that wrote in certain parts, like, women shouldn't be able to do this and what? I mean, it's the shit that's in the Bible is disgusting.
There's
half
a lot
it.
of stuff in the Bible.
Yeah,
That's
it-
bad.
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in the
So
Bible.
don't tell me that, I'm only going to believe certain parts of it because that part was good. No, believe in all of it or believe in none of it. That's what I personally
No,
believe.
you don't have to.
You don't have to do
Exactly.
that. by
I don't believe in none of it.
Well, that's your
the way.
right.
Well, good for you.
That's your right as an agnostic.
Go read your science books. They'll actually not be true in 10 years.
All right, guys. On that note, we are Going Dutch Radio Network. You can watch us live every single Saturday night. Watch us argue, bitch, cry, and complain at 8 p.m. Central Saturday nights. Going Dutch Radio Network, please chat and subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, and go on our website, goingdutchradionetwork.com. Next week, next Saturday, 8 p.m., I promise we will be live on Periscope. I know that it didn't happen this week. We had some technical difficulties. Blue had his headphones, and apparently we don't know how to go live on Periscope. So, yeah.
That's disappointing.
So does anyone have any?
disappointing.
Do you guys want to keep on going with more input, or do you guys have any final thoughts? What do you want to do?
Let's
at
go
this point?
till 11. We got 13 minutes. Yes, no.
Sounds good to me.
I don't mind at all. I know.
don't
Candy over here. Likes
You
to
guys
sleep.
haven't really said
That's
a lot. It
not
seemed-
true.
I don't know. Maybe
I have said a lot about
Yeah,
religion.
I don't know.
Everybody, you guys know my stance on it. There's no way to prove that this exists or that it doesn't.
Is there any other topic we're going to cover tonight, or is this it?
Toilet paper.
Just it?
TP. What's the point of it, guys?
Yeah, toilet paper is bad.
It is.
And it's not in the Bible either, I don't think.
Ooh, I don't know.
They don't talk about that in
It's
the
called
Bible.
papyrus or what is it called? The
Papyrus.
what's that old-fashioned fashion?
Papyrus, I think. I believe.
Yeah. That's what it used to be
Yeah.
back then. They used to shit on and then used to write on and then write scriptures about,
The ink
Moses
was
parting the
actually
waves.
shit. The ink was actually shit, I think.
So do people...
It was scat.
So do people wipe their ass back then?
Of course they did.
No, with
Did
dirt.
They got their wives to lick it out.
Did they rub their butts on the ground like dogs do?
No, they probably used a lot of water.
I don't know.
By the way,
They're probably more
if your
clean.
dog ever does that, it's a possibility that he has worms. So
Yes.
No,
just
I
to
mean,
let you know.
Big thing with the dogs.
We have so much to be grateful for with what is available in this.
Whoa.
Sorry.
In this,
Put it in
world.
your mouth.
I mean, back then they
Suck
didn't.
this.
They
Suck
didn't have
this.
deodorant. They didn't have cologne or anything. But people still.
They had
bitch.
cologne.
People
but they were faithful. Is that what you're doing?
No. But people still bitch about
They
how
didn't
horrible their
bathe.
lives are when they're anything but.
So they use religion to make them feel better at night.
There's holes in religion.
There's holes in science, too.
There's holes in everything. There's good in some of the stuff, but
there's no evidence of fucking religion at all. And then there's at least a little bit of proof in science. At
To
least
me-
they're trying to prove
to
it.
me-
Yeah, now.
the manipulation.
Now there is.
It's all about manipulation. Okay, I think a lot of churches just manipulate people and they make them go, "Oh man, I am holier than I
If they're
actually
happy,
am."
who cares?
If
No,
you're
and I'm
happy-
fine with that
No,
unless
you don't
they
want
start hurting other people's feelings and killing people in the
Hurting other
name of their
people's feelings.
religion.
Killing people. Oh, whoa.
Okay, so me as a religious guy, I can walk up to a guy for being gay and make him feel like shit. Hey, but that's my religion. That's what I believe in. No, it's not like that. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear you. Okay, go back to your church, shut the door, lock yourself in. And
Okay, so real
Well, maybe
quick,
he's gay. I
Let
mean,
me make a synopsis.
Maybe
of
he
what-
feels bad
a lot
about
of them
it.
are.
Let me make a synopsis, Candy. So you believe part of the Bible might be a little bit true, and that's the only reason why you know about religion is because of what the Bible said, right?
No, I've gone to church. I've gone to PSR. I know you probably have too. I don't know.
What?
PSR was something.
It's like an after-school curriculum.
What is PSR?
It's in Catholic.
I was not that involved.
I grew up Catholic. I converted non-denominational Christian. I read through the entire Bible. I don't believe in the entire Bible, but I do believe that Christ is the Son of God.
And you do believe that some of what you learned
Do you
from
believe
church...
that he died for your sins?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. That's my belief. Can I prove it? No,
No, I'm not asking you. But I was just asking your opinion on it.
but yes, I do.
Well, since you can't prove it, it means it doesn't exist.
Well, that's your opinion.
No. That's what people say.
I know.
That's what I said.
And I don't care
I know.
what they say. They can believe whatever they want. We'll
He's
find
got
out.
a friend
We don't care
named
what you say, CJ.
Jesus. All right. Do we want to keep on going, or should we take
9 minutes. We got 9 minutes.
Yeah, 9
Are we
more
really
nights.
trying to go to 11 for a reason?
No,
Yeah.
no.
We're going
Yeah.
for a 3-hour show, people.
Come on.
3
A
hours.
3-hour
A
show.
3-hour show.
There you go.
Oh, we have a
Yeah,
fourth person, so we got to go further.
No, keep going.
Gotta go longer.
drag it
So-
out.
so-
Do you need to go to sleep, Candy?
No, I'm
Okay.
gonna,
He
I'm
needs
gonna,
a nap.
I'm gonna ask Mickey if
Oh,
he's
jeez.
coming back on the show next week.
I will actually. You know what? I will be here next
Guys,
week
we're gonna
if
t-
I'm invited.
you are invited.
Let's do a
Even though you got
Facebook
shit out of your
poll on
mouth.
this. That's what we should do.
Oh, that's going to come up tomorrow. We're gonna do a
Facebook what?
Facebook poll.
A Facebook poll. Should Mickey be back on the next show?
There you go.
There you go.
I like it.
You
I
can-
like it.
You can put that in the notes.
Let's
I
hope
like it.
somebody votes.
Okay, here's the thing.
We
Mickey,
might have like
Mickey,
8
since you're coming back
Can I vote
next
for
week,
myself?
we're gonna allow
That
you
might-
to
that
come
might put
up
you over the top.
with
No,
the
no, no,
first
no, no, no,
topic.
no. Candy said since you're coming back next week, since we think you're going to be coming
Since-
back
yeah.
next week.
You can come up with the first topic that we're going to
Oh.
talk about.
Oh.
Do you have one in mind?
Do I need to come up with this right now off the top of my head?
You
Or-
don't have
paper.
to. You don't have to, but you know, unless you want to.
No, I mean seriously. I'm telling you. I really. We were discussing this earlier. I do like the toilet paper idea. I really do.
Toilet paper, is it overrated?
No, seriously, toilet paper. Who was the genius that invented it? Sorry, who invented it? And the question is, why the hell do we've surpassed this basic?
Mickey, do you want to
thing.
use your hand?
Yeah.
No.
No. We've surpassed the simple idea, I believe, of just toilet paper. And why in the world are we not using?
Silicone?
No, hell, I mean, there's even baby wipes out there.
Okay, we're
So what's
talking about toilet paper now, so we don't need to talk about it next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, get
So
out
this
the
is
way.
an
We have
extra
to-
bonus for the viewers. Toilet paper, man.
Who needs it?
Well, no, he makes a really good point. When you wipe your ass after you took a shit and you're taking paper, you're just basically smearing the shit around your asshole. Does anybody think that that's a really good idea?
You know how many times I made my asshole bleed because of how
Yes,
hard how
yeah.
hard I wiped?
I know.
Have you been to my toilet?
I wipe so much.
I've been there a few times, and actually,
There's nothing but blood.
He can't wait to go back.
There will be blood. That fucking that title was based off of my bathroom.
It's hard. Believe me, it's very hard to take a clean shit.
And did you guys know
Occasionally, I take a clean
that
shit and I don't
the
have to wipe
door
that
is
much.
missing on CJ's bathroom because he likes to watch people?
Do you notice that instead of like a
that might get back into religion
You know-
as the Pope and stuff like
do you know
that.
how like most people flush, like you hit a little knob and you push down? Do you like how they're in my toilet upstairs at upstairs of the studio? You have to hit 1 for pee and 2 for poop.
I like that.
Oh,
You
I
guys
didn't.
like that?
I didn't
like that.
fucking know that. I think I keep hitting the poo one.
Yeah,
Is-
number one
You
and
hit
number
the
2.
the smaller
Come
button
on,
is
man.
for pee.
Number 1 and number 2. I
This
got to
is
take a
basic
number
stuff.
2.
The simple stuff.
I didn't know that.
1 just flushes. There's no water that comes afterwards. Number 2 flushes and flushes water.
Yeah. Well,
To get rid of the
I know
poo
now.
stains.
I know now.
Poo
If
stains.
I ever take a poo over here, I will know
Science
which one.
people, they don't respect it.
I'm not European either.
CJ just likes
But
to
if
put
you
words
were,
in
you'd have a
people's
bidet.
mouths. We
So
don't
you wouldn't have to
respect
worry about
science.
toilet paper.
That's
I've been
true.
to the Science Center. I can tell you, I respect science.
Yeah, it keeps changing too. They keep changing their exhibits. They're like, oh, we got that shit wrong. We better
Okay.
clean. you
But
know.
at least they're trying to figure out instead
That's
of instead
fine.
of just
That's
believing.
fine. Hey, you know what? That's fine. They should, but don't insult people who believe in religion because that's what they do on a very consistent basis.
I feel like a lot of religious people like to insult others.
It works both ways.
It
Works both
does.
ways. It really does.
Yeah,
And-
but more in favor of religious people not behaving themselves when it comes to opening up their mouths that nobody wants to hear.
I think they've been behaving themselves the last 10 years. There's
Wait,
been a
who
huge,
has? Wait,
huge
oh,
backlash.
Candy, can you repeat that again? What
I
did you
just
say?
said organized religion, some of the extreme, like to not zip it.
Well, that's because we're in the Bible Belt. That's why.
They don't. They're like they've been reduced to this at this point. It's all like
Wait. Is that like
this is a scientific measurement
of like riches?
Of
That is foreshadowing his penis size.
Oh, you mean what was it called back then? Riches. What's it called?
I don't want to get in trouble on Tuesday. I'm not saying anything.
Tell me off air. What is it?
Baby dick.
Yeah.
Baby dick. That's Rich's baby dick. Is how we're measuring that. Go on, Blue.
But no,
Mike-
no. But the point I'm trying to make is that yeah, it's so easy to trash on religious people, but let's be fair, they don't really have a voice anymore. They're made fun of. They're ridiculed. Nobody takes them seriously anymore. Science has won the argument.
Science
So-
has not won the argument.
No. Well, not the end all be all argument, but
It's a constant struggle. It's a constant struggle, is what it is.
Well, yeah, but it's just that if you're a religious, like Christian person, you're automatically assumed to be racist, a bigot, an idiot, a sexist,
gross.
all those things.
Guys, my mic went out and CJ had to fix it.
Is,
So
is that what he was doing?
you
under
can
the table?
ignore
I
that
don't-
little gesture
He's
that he
wiping
was
his
doing.
face off. and
See, that's
his-
what happens when you don't believe in
What's
Christ.
that white stuff? Actually, that's what happens when you do believe in Christ. Especially if you're a fan of the Pope.
Now, if you really believe in them,
You guys are insulting.
All right, guys. On that note, we talked
Yeah.
about millennials and how corrupt and or not corrupt they are. Maybe they're just good people, all in all.
I
We
think
talked
they're
about
okay
flat
people.
Earth and how no one really agreed with me. I'm not saying flat Earth's a thing, but I think it's open up your mind, people.
Yeah, someone had to argue against the go on.
Right.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we talked about
Past his bedtime.
Religion.
and we are talking about religion. You want to end the show or what's going on?
Yeah, we got nothing else. We got to brainstorm for next
Oh,
Shut
he
it
week.
wants to
down.
keep on going.
No, shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. No, I think we've pretty much blown the wad
Mickey's
on that.
coming back next week.
Oh, I don't know. There's a Facebook poll still.
Apparently, guys, we blew the wad on our show, so we're going to have Sean McGovern, a local artist from St. Louis, play us out. He's a local artist from St. Louis once again. Sean McGovern, you can look him up on iTunes, Google Play. You can look him up everywhere. We're going to play some live audio and video footage of Sean McGovern, and he's a great guy, and we all love him. Any final thoughts? Blue, first. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, like I said before, I think that I'm just pissed off that people who are, right wingers and who are religious and so forth, they have been labeled white trash. Okay, they're called white trash. They're the Trump supporters and everything. That's why there's this huge backlash right now in this country because people are tired of it. People are tired of being labeled just because they actually hold on to a traditional point of view about life, about guns, about things like that, they're being gradually shit on by the media and all those other things. Anyway, that's kind of jumbled.
You need a
but go on.
tissue?
No, I'm just saying that
I might need a tampon.
I am defending these people.
I have a little violin in my hand. If
I'm
you
defending
know.
these people. Well, it's easy for you guys to make fun of me because
Because you have a big nose.
Yes, that's why.
God.
Okay, Tubby, go on.
Oh, how about you, Tubby or Mickey?
So I'm going to keep this pretty simple. I'm going to
That's
kind of
good.
quote a African American from Los Angeles.
African American.
Can't we all just get along? That's all I got.
What's the fun in that?
How about you, Candy? What do you got?
I think that was extremely corny, but this is more bullshit out of his mouth. No, we had some good views. Everybody knows where I stand on it, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of babies of America that just need to zip it, shut up, and they can talk all they want, but they need to realize that no one's really listening.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about everyone in general that wants to be so damn sensitive about everything.
Oh, I actually
and take
do.
everything so personally.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Love you.
We're done with you. Unless you're a listener, then we welcome you.
All right, guys. Please comment, chat with us, call us on Facebook Messenger, please.
I have hairy balls.
But not tonight, though. We're ending tonight. We start at 8 p.m. Central every single Saturday night. That's right, guys. Every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central. Please, we want to know your thoughts. I'm begging you. Seriously. Really.
Please call.
Thank you, Mickey. You were the guest of the night. We hope you come back next week.
Ooh,
we'll find out. We're going to put a poll on
Should
Facebook.
be the poll. I like the
Should
poll.
Mickey be back next week?
That you might get a vote, maybe not.
Well, we will, I promise. All right, guys. It's Going Dutch
Get
Radio
negative 80 votes.
All right, guys. It's Going Dutch Radio Network. And to play us out is Sean McGovern. He's a local artist. We're going to listen and watch his audio. That's it.
Get out of here, you son of a bitch.
Peace out. Peace out.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Going Dutch Radio Network. And
Man,
we're
my
out.
bladder hurts.
Sand the sea, flicker the fire, wind and night, my heart and fly, light and dark, up and down, right and wrong, cheap and sound, life and death, give and take, you must bend or break, you must bend or break, let her kiss me, with the kisses of her mouth. Let her hold me with her hands of love reaching out. But only one more time, I've got it in my mind. I must believe in, thanks for believing. I can't see me coming back when they go across my back. I don't care, that's just it. Do you have regrets when you give your things away? Are there strings attached to all the words you say? Why are we sick? We can be cruel. Is your fate fixed? What are the rules? Are things change for your sake? You must bend or break. You must bend or break. I can't see me coming back when they go cross my back. I don't care, that's just it. Right and up and down, right and wrong, shape and sound, life and death, give and take. You must bend or break. You must bend or break. You must bend or break.
right, guys. This is the end of the show. That was Sean McGovern, a local artist from St. Louis. Thank you guys for listening. We greatly appreciate it. We really do. We'll be on next week, Saturday, 8 p.m. Central. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Make sure to chat, subscribe with us on Facebook. And on that note, we are out. Bye-bye.